Wait, oh, my my volume's a lot lower than I thought it would be. Give me a second. Give me a second. Wait. Okay, it's getting into the yellow. It's getting into the yellow. I was fiddling around with my sound settings because of all of those retweets, and every single Discord server that I'm in was posting that one tweet about like check your volume levels, and I did, and well, dang, now it's like lower. I think I just need to project. But you guys can hear me, right? You can hear me? I'm seeing the subtitles, I'm seeing the captions. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. It's the start of the work week. Curses. How you guys doing? Let's see who we got here. Let's see what we got. I know we had some folks coming in early. We had some people hamming it up pre-class. Owen and Ghosty and Matthew. I see you. And it's right after I like changed my stream category and title. So I was like, oh, they're watching me. They're watching me. Oh, emotional support knife. You can have your emotional support knife here, Ghosty. 'Tis fine with me. And we also have Saribot. Our rock. Min Alpaca, you got your sticker. Harpscode Enjoyer, hello. Same with Ghosty. You guys are exploding. Congrats on the 69-day group streak for Daily Wordle. Nice. Nice. I wish to go kaboom. Ba-boom! You already kaboomed yourself? Just added some extra oomph. Oomphy. Hello, folk. Hello, hello. Are you a wizard that controls the weather? Hello, Seishun. Big Fat Panda Gaming, hello. You got your sticker. If I could control the weather, it wouldn't be 80 degrees where I'm at already. We were talking about this, I think, on Saturday. Yeah, it was like 90. In Los Pincos this past weekend, but I think it's actually gonna cool down. Or it actually is like cooling down already. I woke up like pretty cold and I realized that the window was open and I looked at the temperature and it was like in the 70s, which like, we were talking about this before where like, obviously if you are used to a certain weather, 70s is actually warm for a lot of people, but because we've been in like the 80s, 90s, it's like, oh, 70s. Pretty cool. Time to bring that light blanket over, you know? Then is it the lizards that control the weather, not the wizards? It could be. It could be. You want to consult with the Lizard Blizzard Wizards. That's a sick name. That's a sick name. See, we can hear you. Cool, cool, cool. When it comes to audio, sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I just saw like everyone else posting about it and I was like, oh, I should check mine too. And then watch me like watch the VOD and be like, whoa, I'm like blown out. But you know, I'm one for not peer pressure, but following the crowd, you see. It's cold in New Jersey. It is also, well, what's the temperature right now? It's in the 80s, at least according to my digital clock. So it's like mid, you know. Peck School, hello. You'll never prove it. Barely above freezing, but getting there. Maybe 40 by Wednesday. Yeah, we were talking about like what people feel as like cold or like really hot, and of course it varies, right? If you're in a place with like desert weather, like Las Vegas, or Mediterranean weather, like Los Pincos, then like certain temperatures will be like, oh, this is pretty chilly, you know? Like when I was saying that like when it's 60s, that's my double sweater weather. Like 50s, like if in the morning I usually get up around like 6 o'clock and then I'm usually out by 7 o'clock and it's like 50s, that's like double sweater for me. But I usually regret it by the midday because then it gets warm again. A cold 70. Gojikins, hello! It's below 0 here? Yeah, right? So that's why when you guys said that like 60s is like tank top weather for you guys, it makes sense, right? It makes sense because you're used to like 0 degrees or like below 0, so it's like, oh, 60s is nice. Like 50s, 60s is like really nice. But because I've been used to like 80s lately, it's like, oh, 60s is pretty cold. But you're covered in fur, isn't that already a sweater? It's a sweater 1. I need a double sweater. And it's funny because like I do feel like an NPC sometimes wherein like I do kind of wear not the same thing every day because I do laundry, you know? But like I have like 5 combinations of clothing that I wear every time I go to work. It changes up more in the summer actually. You know what? Let's what am I doing this at the entrance? Let's get to class once I get my tracking started. I also just ate a lot of porridge. I know that seems very bear-like of me, but like fairy tale bear-like of me. But I did just eat some porridge and it was just right. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, and it was Filipino. That's the best part. Let's go ahead and get to class. Hello. Oh, that's right. I put that screen up for a reason. So I could do this. Turn these on. There you go. And then we have our dailies. And we need our music. I've been listening so much to Alamat. I've been vibing so hard with them. I was kind of whatever about them until I started watching their music videos and I was like, oh, I'm like all in for this band. I'll talk more about them during the Discord hangout because I want to be able to watch some videos with you guys, but man, I'm all for it. Oh, let me lower the volume. They're a Filipino boy band, by the way. Very cultural. I love them. Alright, let me see what you guys have. New Englanders perspective. Very cold is 20 or lower. Very hot is 95 or higher. Yeah. It do be all relative. Also, you adapt pretty quickly in general. Yeah, right? Exactly. Harpsichord enjoy. Yeah, you won 5 from the jump catch game. Nice. Oh, 1 card tarot reading already. Peck's cool. Alright, cool. Now I saw, Matthew, I saw. Just give me let me get through the chat first. I saw. Let's see. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in pot 9 days old. Well, I got Filipino porridge. I should stop calling it porridge. I should call it its actual name. It's called lugaw. 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 It's like Filipino porridge, and it's usually chicken-based, but my dad made it for me, and he made it with like fake chicken. Unfortunately, he used like a sauce packet that has egg in it, so beans can't like taste any, but it's good. It's good. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let's do a quick tarot reading for Peck School right out of the right at the get-go. Dagadundong. I do have my camera set up, so let me do that right now. And it's actually getting pretty hot. I think I might need to turn on the fan. Behold! Pawcam. Oh, feel free to lurk. Have a good lurk, Ghosty. Let me move my mic. The paws. The flesh gloves. Exactly. We got 2 decks here. We have the Sci-Fi Tarot and the Tarot of the Divine with like all of the mythologies and folklores and stuff. Pixel, do you have a preference or do you want me to just choose whichever?
Your card is the 3 of Pancakes.
Whoa.
It foretells great disaster unless you give $5 to Mr. Pancakes.
No, that's not what it does. Pancakes is lying to you. He's trying to get monetary gain from this. Don't let him do it. He's the principal. He already makes money. I mean, the substitute teacher as well. Let's see. Baxter Crook, hello. And then Pickles, hello. You got your sticker. The Divine? Okay, you got it. Let's do it. You believe Lord Pancake? No, don't. He's trying to trick you. Dayang. I can't wait to talk about this band, by the way. because their dance moves, like if you are like me and you did Filipino folk dance at any point in your life, like watching their dance moves are like, it's like the Leonardo DiCaprio like pointing at the screen where he's like, oh, I recognize that. I recognize that move. It's just so good. It's just so good. All right, let's go ahead and do a 1 card pull for Peck School. I haven't used this one in a while, but can you see it's already like warping? But that's okay. That's a sign that the deck is very well loved, right? 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 I didn't do my welcome. So hello everyone, hello. It's me, Bubinka Bear, your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer, and today we're just yapping. We're just yapping. We're just yapping. That's why I turned on all the redeems, because you know, I have room to, you know, do tarot card readings. I have room to do doodles. I have room to do things today. Usually I have like a topic in mind when it comes to like yapping, but for today I have some like topics in the back of my pocket, if that's not the right phrase, in my back pocket. If need be, but I also kind of wanted to try out just like going into a just chatting stream with like a blank slate of just like whatever the topic ends up being, the topic will be that, you know? Yap Yapka Bear. I do like the Yap Yaps. Actually, isn't there a new game called Yap Yap? I haven't played it because it's multiplayer. And when it comes to multiplayer games, the social anxiety just activates. But is that the one where you're like wizards and you like audibly say a spell like arrow and then an arrow comes out or something? Because I think I saw like Bettle play it. We're doing a little collab this weekend for Yap Yap. Yeah, I saw. I do like, even though I mostly lurk in the Just Little Guys Discord, I do still like read the collaboration one, even though I never sign up for collaborations. I just like seeing like what's happening. I like seeing what you guys are up to. Dayang. How about Death Road to Canada as a collab game? I've only played fun, it was once. It depends on if it's like a one-on-one game. I feel like it's very hard for me to do collabs that are not one-on-one. I feel like I need it to be one-on-one, and if it's any more than that, it's usually just like with Beans and Mega Bronson that I'm comfortable with doing like big collabs with. And then maybe eventually I'll get over it, but I don't know, the thought of it does make me sweat a little bit. Let me grab a card. Actually, let me do this. One more. This one. This one. Ooh, it's reversed. The 2 of coin. You know what? I need my light on. There we go. Dayang. It's the 2 of cups, not 2 of coins. And it's mythological Yowie. I know this one off the top of my head. This is actually Gilgamesh and Enkidu from the Mesopotamian. Was it Ea Nasir? Was that the name of the book? The boy kissing card. And it's funny that as soon as I drew this, I read Matthew's comment about 2-player collab. So 2 of Cups. Well, let's start first. Yeah, Epic of Gilgamesh, but I'm trying to remember the like name of the text itself. Or am I thinking of another one? Like the origin myth? It's not Ea Nasir. I think it's another one. Ea Nasir was the copper merchant. I'm just gonna Google it. Mesopotamian origin myth. Enuma Elish. There we go. It's the Enuma Elish. Because I was like thinking of like what is Gilgamesh's ultimate attack in Fate. It's the Enuma Elish, and it's named after the first lines in the story too. Enuma Elish. So yeah, let me catch up on chat, and then we'll do an analysis of this card. So we just have to remember that it's 2 of Cups, but reversed. Alright, let me catch up, let me catch up. I've only played once, it's fun. Nice. I want to play more. A group of friends hasn't had time lately. I keep getting mics that crap out. Oh no. Boy kissing card. The first Yelp review. The desk mat. Yeah. It's my favorite though. It's my favorite. Give me one more second. I'm gonna turn on the fan because I am actually starting to sweat. And I think it's also because all the lights are on, like on me right now. So give me a second. Okay, sorry for the delay. Let's go ahead and get started. So your card is the Two of Cups. First of all, it's the suit of cups. Cups is normally associated with water, which is also associated with your unconscious, as well as your emotions and your friendships and relationships. So the Two of Cups typically, the two of any suit typically is associated with like collaboration, working together, or like a one-on-one relationship. So if we look at the card itself, this is Gilgamesh and Enkidu. It's from the Epic of Gilgamesh, but it specifically represents Gilgamesh and Enkidu. Gilgamesh is the ancient Mesopotamian king of Ur, or I think of Ur, right? And he is mirroring and holding hands, holding hands, with Enkidu, who is a kind of beast man, like a wild man that was sent by the gods to kind of teach humility to Gilgamesh, who used to be this like kind of tyrant king. So he was supposed to kind of balance him out. And like, sorry, like I said, I just ate porridge, so my throat is a little phlegmy right now. So they're locking hands. You could read it however you want. You could be like, oh my god, they were roommates, or you could be like, oh, they were lovers. But all in all, this card represents like kind of relationships in which you balance each other out, or a feeling of balance and or cooperation within either your emotions, your friendships, your relationships, etc., etc. Sorry, let me clear out my throat off mic. So the only thing is that when we drew it, it was reversed. So that means that something is kind of preventing this feeling of cooperation and collaboration. Or there's kind of like a mismatch between, like, if not like some kind of relationship, once again, doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be friendship, it could be familial, it could be like between siblings, cousins, or parent and child, right? There's some kind of like mismatch. Or it could be that, like, because I always see reversed cards as like either something is lacking or there's an overabundance of something. So maybe there's a little bit too much collaboration, or there's a little too much one-on-one time with someone. Maybe you want to either have time for yourself, or maybe you want to have one-on-one time with someone else. Or you might want to have not one-on-one time, but be with a group. So maybe like you have someone at work that you're like working too much with, and you might want to work with like the wider team, or you might want to work to yourself, stuff like that. This typically, that would be more so like the Two of Coins, because coins or the pentacles have to do with like work and wealth and health. This would be more so like personal relationships. So once again, it doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be friends, it could be family, etc., etc. So let me see what the book has to say, because that might also help our reading. Because I'm just kind of going off the noggin, but I might have I might have forgotten a couple things. Here we go, Two of Cups. So Enkidu and Gilgamesh, this is from Iraq. This is Sumerian mythology. The Two of Cups is an ideal relationship that still faces difficulties. Gilgamesh was a tyrant until Enkidu was created for him to be his equal in every way. Though their initial meeting was rocky, they came to love each other very much as opposites who complete each other. So upright, this is a happy relationship, equality, partnership, attraction, connection. And reverse, it's imbalance, discord, like the app, separation, incompatibility, or power imbalance. So in terms of like what to do about it, because this might just be, you know, like how you are feeling at the moment. Interesting. Yeah. In terms of like what to do about it, it could be, like I said, it could be that it's too much of something or it's not enough of something. So I was giving examples of like, if it's too much of something, maybe you want some time to yourself, or maybe you want to collaborate with other people and or more people. if the reverse is true, if you feel like there's kind of an imbalance, or maybe you're feeling too isolated, maybe you will find a little bit more comfort by being with someone else, or not with like another person, whether it's your significant other, whether it's like a work partner or like a friendship or something to that effect. So yeah. But yeah, that is the reading. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, let's resume the yaps. Yeah, I've been listening to this band, Alamat. They're a Filipino boy band, and in terms of like Filipino music, I feel like my only familiarity is what like my parents would listen to. Because one of my fond memories is when I was growing up, my dad would always have he would either have the karaoke machine going, or he would, sorry, let me just get my decks right here. And let's turn off the webcam. Or he would just play music really loud. He's kind of that person that like, well, we always lived in kind of like neighborhoods where that was kind of acceptable, or apartment buildings where that was kind of acceptable. That's why like it kind of depends, but because I can imagine a lot of people would prefer to live in like a quiet neighborhood where like you have your thoughts to yourself and it's peaceful, right? But growing up, I have lived in neighborhoods where it's a little bit noisier. Like your neighbors are playing super loud music, and like there's a party happening every weekend in like, you know, your apartment complex and stuff like that. So I kind of grew up with that, and my dad was kind of like one of those like contributors to like the loud music, so loud it like goes through the walls. So I feel like for some of you, if you had my dad as a neighbor, you'd be like, oh, this freaking guy, dude. But because of that, I always, you know, whether I liked it or not, heard the type of music that my parents were into. So it'd be like rock and roll, like bands from like Filipino bands from like the 60s, and a couple from the 90s as well. A couple from the 90s. Like there's a band that my half brother really likes called Eraserheads, and I ended up liking them too because I would just hear their music so much. But that's kind of like the only Filipino music that I really was familiar with. But growing up, there were a couple other like outliers. Like there was one band that I still like one of their songs, but like they've been pretty problematic as of late. Or I say as of late, but the last I heard of them was like, I don't know, from like the 2010s or something like that. But it's a band called MYMP. I could even put on their music right now. But I think they caught some flack for one of their members having blackface on like a podcast, and instead of like, and then people like called this person out for it, and instead of like being like, oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't realize that, like, you know, for certain communities that's a very sensitive topic. Instead, he was like, I actually don't know what his like exact response was, but I remember it was something like something like get over it, or like that's our culture. What is it with Asian bands putting on blackface? Dude, yeah, well, I know that it's also a big thing when it comes to like, oh, that's quote unquote just our culture, because in the Philippines there is a festival that involves blackface, and it's not great because like a lot of Filipinos will say like, oh, that's just our culture. Like don't put these like Eurocentric wokefulisms onto our culture because you don't know the context, which like I get that. I get it, but it literally is blackface, and it's because there's in the Philippines specifically there's a bunch of different cultures and ethnicities. Koreans and K-pop, that I don't know nothing about, but I guess I'm talking about specifically like in the Philippines there is like a cultural group that is like a lot of their I guess like what's the word, phenotypical features resemble what people associate with like black people. So they have like curlier hair, they have darker skin. This group is called like the Aita, so spelled Aeta, but they also have like a whole bunch of different like groups within like the bigger Aita group. So there's some where it's spelled like Ayta. There's some that have their own names. I guess I'll show a picture actually. The Aita. Oh, you know what? Let me hide the screen just in case. Here we go. So yeah, these are a group called the Aita, but like they're also colloquially known as like the Negrito. But like they could also be known as the Agta, the Dumagat. And they have features that, like I said, are phenotypically they kind of resemble like African features or like Aboriginal features. I think they're actually more closely related to like Aboriginal folks from like Australia. So yeah, they used to be like a little bit more widespread around the Philippines, and I believe one of the festivals, someone can feel free to correct me, but I think one of their festivals is supposed to celebrate them, but like it does involve like people who aren't Aita, like essentially like doing blackface. Oh, there's also the Ati. So this is a different group. You know what? I think this is what I'm thinking of. So the Ati are also known as like Negrito, but they're from a specific part of the Philippines called the Visayas. And then here, this is the festival I'm talking about. It's a festival called the Ati-Atihan, and it's supposed to be like a celebration of their culture, but it's people that aren't from that culture kind of cosplaying as people from that culture, you know? So it's like kind of well-meaning, but it's like the like, I don't know. It's like, imagine people in the US cosplaying as like MLK for MLK Day, but they do blackface, right? Like it's kind of like that. It's like, oh, we want to like respect this person, but it's like, oh, but why are you doing that though? Why are you doing that? And yeah, like there is a lot of arguments one way or not. I'm not gonna say like my or I think I've probably like made clear like what my personal like I guess opinion of that is, but at the end of the day there is like an argument for like, oh, that is just like something that's a part of like their culture. If anything, we shouldn't be listening to folks like me, like Phil Lambs. We should be listening to the actual like Ati people and see like how they feel about it. If they're like, yeah, it's chill, then in that case, sure. Right? But yeah, that's kind of like where I was coming from in terms of like Asian bands putting on blackface. But I actually don't know much about like the Koreans and K-pop. If I were to take a guess, I would assume it's something having to do with like, well, like rap, hip hop. A lot of that has roots with like black culture, especially like Black American culture. So there's a lot of times where like probably something associated with like appropriation of like Black culture. Whether it be like appropriating like certain styles, certain hairstyles, certain just like clothing styles, probably something to do with that, I would guess. But other than that, I don't know much else. But on the topic of like different Filipino like groups, this group that I was telling you guys about, Alamat, is just, I have just been digging them a lot because they are pretty their shtick is that they try to represent like different groups within the Philippines, because that's like a big thing, is that like, as with many cultures, or with many nations rather, there's a lot of different cultures within one country. So the Philippines is no exception. Within the Philippines, there's I think I mentioned before, Tagalog, which a lot of people might associate with just the language Tagalog, but it's also a group. It's also a cultural group. Let's see. So yeah, the cool thing about Alamat is that it's made up of six people now. Yeah, look it up. We can look it up. Alamat. Yeah, 6 members, and all of them hail from like a different part of the Philippines. And they all speak a different language too. So some of them speak Tagalog, but then some of them, I think there's like a chart that shows it. Is it here? Nah, I think it's probably in like the P-pop wiki or something like that. But some of them they all speak a different language that is considered like a Filipino language. And it is language, by the way, not dialect. Dialect is a linguistic term that means that like it's kind of an offshoot, or it has like a common like it's like an offshoot of an existing language, and like people would still be able to understand each other. So actually I don't know if like British English and American English would be considered dialects of each other, but like if you speak like a different dialect, then like you're able to still understand someone that speaks that same language. So if someone speaks a dialect of English and you're an English speaker, you should be able to understand each other. But with Filipino languages, it's not mutually intelligible. So if someone was speaking Tagalog, which is like kind of the most widespread language of the Philippines, and someone else is speaking Bisaya, which is another like popular language, they wouldn't be able to understand each other. They might share some words. They might share some like grammar, vocabulary. They might be able to get the gist of what the other's saying, but it's not like completely mutually intelligible. It's almost like, for example, speaking English with someone who speaks Dutch. Like, yeah, you might be able to recognize some words in there, and maybe the grammar might be similar as well, but it's not the same language. In fact, I think I remember hearing something about how, like, the closest language to English that's not actually English is, like, Dutch is pretty close, but I think there's another one that is spoken on, like, the Isle of Man, which is, like, the island in between, like, right in smack dab in the center of the UK. So it's like in between Ireland and Great Britain, right? So I actually don't know what that language looks like. We will do our dailies after this, by the way. Is it Manx? Manx language. Eli. Oh yeah, this song, I think this is like from the Mountain Groups, because I've sung a song like this for one of my like folk dances. Dong dong I see dong Eli intina sa da da da. Okay, so Manx. Few children native to the other man speak Manx. So apparently this is like a language that's somewhat close to English. I need some examples. Oh, here. Bigger. Tabunskol. Oh, that looks more like Irish. That looks more like Irish, doesn't it? Gaelgag? Which means that, like, I'm probably not even reading this correctly, right? Tan entrelis migert ichornil. There's also Scots, which is a sister language of English. That too. Scots, and then, like... Because, like, I feel like when I listen to Scots, I just think that it's English with a Scottish accent, but it is actually its own language. The Manx Museum. Yeah, I guess that would be one thing that I would want to learn linguistically, is, like, how to read, like, the Welsh alphabet, the Irish alphabet, like, the Saoirses, the Siobhans. Manx. Ooh. I know these plosives, fricatives, nasals, trills. Okay, let's do our dailies. Let's do our dailies, shall we? Let's do Food Guesser first. Mutton! Okay, so we got mutton, potatoes, carrots, leeks, onions, black pepper, water, and salt. This dish is a traditional soup made with tender pieces of lamb or mutton and flavorful meatballs, simmered in a clear broth. Sklimbo said something interesting during today's stream of his, where he said something like ramen to him personally, this isn't meant to be like a controversial opinion or anything. I think he said something like he doesn't personally see ramen as soup, because to him soup doesn't have noodles in it, which I would say chicken noodle soup would have noodles in it. But it was just an interesting take. It was an interesting take, because like that's just how he personally sees it. You know, no disrespect to that at all. Sounds pretty, if the logic is sound in your mind, it's sound in your mind, you know? But for me, it was like, I would say it's soup. Because I think of like, is it like a cultural thing of like, what do you consider soup or not? There's so many soups that have pasta. Yeah, that's what I think of too, right? Don't want to spoil a food guesser, I'll come back in 10 minutes. Yeah. In that case, I should do that right now then. So mutton makes me think of, well, we were also just talking about Manx. So part of me was like, oh, what if this is United Kingdom? We're warm. Warm into the northeast. Oh, so maybe Nordic? Denmark, Norway, Sweden? Let's look at these ingredients again. If we're warm, then it might be... Let's do Sweden. Sod. It's called Sod. Oh, and it borders, so that's Norway. It's Norway. A traditional Norwegian meat soup, particularly associated with the... I'm trying to remember how to read this again. Treindelag? The way that I try to remember how to read this, like, O with the line, is I'm currently listening to the audiobook for So I'm a Spider So What, and there's a character named Philly Mays, but her name is spelled Film, and then the O with the cross over it, and then S. So I'm like, oh, is it Maze? So maybe it's Train de Lag? Philly what now? Wait, sheep are related to alpacas, therefore this is alpaca soup. Oh no! Oh no. He's just weird about food. I don't like I guess defaulting to that. I guess people just have their own like cultural ways of seeing food, right? Let's see. Because I heard Philly Mays like this character. Oh, like Oxy. Oh yeah, so her name is spelled like this. I'll put it here, but it oh, you know what? I can copy paste. Her name is spelled like this, but they pronounce it in the audiobook as Philly Mays. So, or Phil Mays, right? So I don't know. I don't know if it's accurate. I do like the audiobook. I do like it a lot. So yeah. Oh, looks yummy. Rye bread, pastrami, Swiss cheese, mustard, pickle, sauerkraut. Isn't this what are those like pastrami sandwiches? Is it just pastrami sandwich? What's it called again? I like this one. No, wait, I'm wrong. I don't like this one. Beans likes this one. Because I tried it once and I was like, pastrami on rye. It has another name. Yeah, a Reuben, yeah. I tried it once on the way to like Vegas for Evo a couple of years back. And because we had like a vegan version of it. We usually, like before we go to Vegas, we usually go to this like sandwich place that has like vegan meats. And like we order like, you know, turkey or pastrami and stuff. And I was like, oh, I want to try a Reuben. I've never had a Reuben before. And I tried it and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like the flavor combination. So I gave it to Beans and he loved it. He loves Reubens. So Reuben's your favorite. Ah, dang. Personally, I don't like it, but Beans does. So it does have a strong flavor profile. I'll give it that. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I personally didn't like it. But it does have like a pretty unique and strong flavor profile. Billy Mays here. I thought that was Chinese pork bone soup on the thumbnail. Hello, Sotenbori. Hello. Yeah, right? Well, now I'm craving soup, even though I just had porridge. Billy Mays here. A vegan Reuben? A Reuben! A Reuben. There's pastrami Reuben and... Oh! You know what's something I really miss ever since going... Ever since going pescatarian? One piece of meat I really miss, other than ham. I used to like ham, especially during the holidays. Corned beef! I would have corned beef with rice. That was like my go-to breakfast. Back when I like lived with my fam bam. We would just have like the canned corned beef with rice. Ooh. And just put a little bit of vinegar on the rice. Man. Maybe sauerkraut isn't your thing? Yeah, I think it's the sauerkraut. I think it might be the sauerkraut. Pork bones, potatoes, carrots, and dates for flavoring. Very hearty, great with rice. I'm a sucker for rice. St. Patty's Day is coming up. Almost time for corned beef. Well, the thing is, like, I wonder if I'm thinking of the same corned beef as, like, the legit corned beef, because I'm thinking of, like, the canned stuff, right? Like, let me show you. Canned corned beef. Because, like, the one that I'm thinking of is not solid, you know? How about corned beef and rice? Oh, wait, this is... Oh, it's Puerto Rican? I thought that this was like a Filipino thing, but... Corn hash, you know what? I guess this is called like corned beef hash. This is what I would have for a brekkie. This is what my dad would make. It's like corned beef with potatoes. Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing as like... It kind of looks like this, right? When people say like corned beef is... Because this looks too colorful for me. This looks too colorful. The one that I'm thinking of is like, you know, it's like a pink... It's pink, you know? It's a pink color. Maybe you'll have corn... beefed corn. Ooh, that doesn't sound too bad. Corned beef is brine brisket, but you can chop it up into hash. Oh. Ah, that's something I still miss. I feel like there's probably a way to veganize this, because the Filipinos are at it again. The Filipinos have made vegan spam that actually tastes like spam. Like, I've had like other versions of vegan spam that just did not taste that good. Okay. I've also had like good vegan bacon before, but I think one of the most heinous things that I've ever like seen in terms of like trying to veganize a food is like there was a vegan bacon recipe where it's basically just you peel carrots and you just like put a lot of seasoning on it and stick it in the air fryer and it becomes crispy and it looks like bacon. It does not taste like bacon. But the thing is, I also don't like carrots. So I think that's also part of it is like like the trickery. The trickery of like eating it and being like, ugh, this tastes like that's carrot chips, but they can be good, but it ain't bacon. Exactly. Because part of the way that you try to like make it taste like bacon is liquid smoke. The only thing with liquid smoke is that it does it's a pretty overwhelming flavoring. You have to put like 1 drop and that's it. This is an Alamat. I want to listen to Alamat. Oh, I was trying to listen to MYMP. This is the group I was telling you guys that like they did like blackface but like kind of doubled down on it. But there's one song from the 2000s that I loved as a teenage bear. It's this one. Tell me where it hurts. Now tell me. Okay, let's get back to the food guesser. Is that sad look in your eyes? Why are you crying? Flour, eggs, milk, sugar, butter, yeast, salt, rum. I feel like half of the recipes we see on Food Guesser is like this, right? But it's a delightful pastry enjoyed during festive occasions. Similar to a donut. Looking all in pieces. Making you feel blue. Is there nothing that I can do? Okay. Warm northeast. And I'll do my best to make it better. Let's try Poland. Because it's warm, not hot, but funk! It's funk! It's hot, and it's going to the south. Maybe Hungary? I also didn't warm up my voice. Beeplebees, hello, we're doing Food Guesser. We got ourselves some funk! We got ourselves some bread. Get your bread. I almost typed hungry. Hungary. Correct! Nice. It's funk. A traditional Hungarian pastry similar to donuts. It's a popular treat during Carnival. Nice. Alright, we didn't do too bad. We didn't do too bad. Share results. Let me put this in the daily games. There we go. And I'll close this so that Pexco can come back without getting spoiled. They look good. Yeah, I am also a sucker for just any kind of like fried bread pastry. Or just sweet things in general. My mother-in-law got like cannolis again. And I've been like holding off on eating them because it's like, I gotta lay off the sugar, but today I just saw them like in the kitchen. I'm like, it's time. It's time. Food Guesser always makes me hungry even when I just ate. Yeah, you know what? I'll show you guys what it is that I just ate. Oh, you know what? I actually took a picture of the porridge as well. Dang, this picture looks like so much like more appetizing. Not saying that what my dad made isn't appetizing, but my photography skills don't help it. So let me take out the pure ref. Making you feel blue. Make it better. Okay, I got it on the pure ref. Can I rotate this? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I'll show you. So tender. all of the... Wait, where's Pure Rev? Oh, here. There we go. There we go. This is what my dad made. It's vegan. Vegan chicken. It wasn't completely vegan. But yeah, this is what my dad made for me. And because I haven't been able to like visit my family as much, or my parents rather, whenever I do visit, my dad's always like, what can I cook for you? I'll make you anything. And I'm like, anything? So I asked him for like this porridge thing, even though like normally I only just eat it when I'm sick, but I don't know, I've been like craving it recently. So my dad made it for me. The only thing is that the very prominent ingredient in it is ginger. And like I like the way that ginger flavors things. I don't like biting into a thing of ginger. Even like at sushi restaurants, you know how they give you sushi? So, sorry, you know how they give you, I sure hope they give you sushi. You know how they give you ginger to cleanse your palate? I usually don't eat it, but the good thing, the great thing actually, is that Beans loves ginger. So I just give him my ginger. I'd like to try rice porridge one day. Oh, it's so good. It's like, congee? I don't know like the, like Chinese name for it. It's either congee or congee, but it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. Ginger is in my food. It's got to be something super flavorful, like beef and broccoli, and it's going to be cut razor thin. Yeah, I think that's the only situation in which I would eat ginger. Because, like, the thing with this soup is that, or this porridge, is when I was a kid, I would, like, bite into it thinking that it was, like, a potato or, like, a piece of chicken or something, and then I would just be, like, like, my tongue would just be assaulted with flavor, you know? It's the same thing when, another Filipino dish, adobo, chicken, beef, pork adobo has like peppercorns in it, and if you're not careful, you're gonna bite into it, and it's just like it's like a little, it's like a little bomb. It's like a little flavor bomb goes off, and it's not bitter, but if you've ever been into a peppercorn, you know, you know the struggle. I see chicken. Adobo. There we go. See, look, doesn't this look tasty? But be careful, that little black spot in there, that's a peppercorn. If you bite into it, it's gonna be a surprise. Not a great one either. Biting into a peppercorn for the first time was such a shock. Yeah. Yeah. The surprise ginger too. Flavor bomb is one word for it. Yeah, those little teensy surprises that like otherwise this is a tasty dish, a yummy snack, a yummy treat, but then you bite into it and it's like ugh. I could show you guys one other food thing that I got this past weekend. I found out that there's a cool Filipino like dessert cafe, I guess, in Los Pincos, and I decided to seek it out, try it out. I need to put back Pure Ref. Dang it. Pure Ref keeps telling me to update. I don't want to update. Copy image. Ah, so big. Take a look at this. I like that it just says, and there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. So, yeah, Beans and I went to a, like, little Filipino cafe. Relatively new one as well, and they just so happened to have ube horchata, and they had buko pandan, like flan, and it was really good. It was really good. And I kind of got it. At first I was like, why does it say on my cup? But it's ube horchata. Can I get a server's just like, oh yeah, the ube horchata. I've also been hearing people say that, like, ube is gonna be the next, like, gentrified ethnic food that, like, you know, gets popularized by, like, I don't know, like, the wider masses of the West. I don't know how I feel about that. First of all, I think it's already started. I think it's been started since, like, the late 2010s, but apparently, like, ube's become the new thing. And a part of me is like, is it because there's a matcha shortage? Is it because, like... Is it because of the freaking matcha shortage and now people are moving on to the next like Asian thing? Because a part of me is like, "Oi, Philippines," you know, like the Pinoy pride kind of thing. But it's also like, oh, that's our thing. Like that's our thing. Let's see, loaded. Wait, what is this? It was a prominent thing in pig stomach soup, which sounds horrible, but it was really good. If I ate pig, I would be down to eat that. That sounds really good. Loaded with white peppercorns, but that's what made it tasty. Ah. Not as bad as biting into a clove. That is truly horrendous. I've yet to do that, but is it bad that, like, now you have me curious? Now I'm like, ooh, what kind of blasted flavors am I gonna get from this? This feels like Ube round 2. I'm hearing so much about it again. I feel like it already swept through a couple of years ago. Yeah, right? I think when Ube was first becoming kind of big, like in the 2010s, it was still kind of like second dog. It was still kind of like second in command to like matcha. Trying to think of like other like flavors that people usually like. Thai iced tea, right? Like Thai tea, matcha. Like those were kind of like the kings of like Asian flavors that like, I'll just say like white people like also like are fond of, you know. And now it's Ube, and now like it's Ube's time to shine. And a part of me is like, is it because of the matcha shortage? But then like, what about Thai tea? I feel like everyone always likes Thai tea, right? Isn't Ube already getting gentrified? I feel like I've been seeing that for years, usually in drinks. Yeah, I'm seeing a common trend now. I'm seeing a common trend of like, I think it's like been in the public consciousness, but like it feels like it's getting more so. Jack in the Box already tried an ube shake of some kind. It's getting around. The strangest thing I've ever bit into was a school lunch scarfing down rice from a cheap teriyaki bowl, and one of the grains was so raw it still had part of the rice plant. Oh my gosh. I thought you were gonna say like a bug or something, because I've heard of that. Like bugs in the like teriyaki bowls. But I wouldn't have imagined like a leaf, you know? But then that reminds me of people who go to like Chipotle and don't know what a bay leaf is. And they're like, why did Chipotle get a leaf from the tree outside? And it's like, no, it's a bay leaf. It's flavor. It's flavor country. It's seasoning. Easily marketable flavors in a cup. Boba. Oh, that's true. I wonder if like the popularization of boba and milk teas is also a contributing factor. Right? Because I've seen ube stuff, like, but I always usually just get ube stuff from like Filipino businesses. I think that's why it's like, oh, I'm seeing them more in like non-Filipino businesses. Yeah, either Filipino businesses or Filipino adjacent, as in like boba spots, right? Nothing like good old ube pie from Jollibee. Ooh, man, I do want to get more Jollibee. Even though the only thing I can get from Jollibee, I think, is the pineapple juice and the peach mango pie. Dude, in the Philippines, why don't they have this in the US? In the Philippines, the Jollibees have a tuna pie. And I tried it the last time I went. It's so good. Why don't they have it in the US? Man, they hate the bears here. They hate us. They hate the bears. They hate the pescatarians. It's not fair. I want to go back to the Philippines. Why can't I eat this leaf? How did it get into my dish? Right off the bat, the color's unique. It's eye-catching. You don't see purple in a lot of food. Unless it's like taro. But then I wonder why like ube versus taro. You know what? Let's think about this. I feel like in a couple of boba spots that I've been to, especially back in the 2010s when I was in college, I did see more taro than ube. Now I feel like it's flipping. You think there's a connection there? You think there's a connection? That sounds good. I might be confusing ube with taro. Yeah, they're actually not the same. I actually thought for a long time they were the same, but they're not. They're related to each other. I think they're both root plants. And I don't know like where that puts them on the family tree with yam, for example, but I do know that taro and ube are somewhat related, but they're technically not the same thing. They do also have like a distinctly different flavor to each other. I don't know how to describe it, but I've had both. And I don't know, ube to me just has maybe I'm biased, but ube does have like a little bit more stronger flavor. Taro feels a little bit more like subtle, I guess. I love putting herbs that are leaves into my food because it feels like tossing random leaves from outside into my food. You know what that reminds me of? Me and Beans always talk about like getting into game development, and one idea I have if we ever did get into game development is to to start really basic. I would just want to do like a fetch quest style game where you cook things, but you're a bear, and it's only using ingredients that bears would eat. So like honey glazed salmon, right? Because bears eat honey, they eat salmon, so just put them together. You got honey glazed salmon. But I feel like there's so many things that you could like do with, because bears eat a lot of things, you know. So, but then you could also have fun with it, because like, you know, sun bears like me, we like eating bugs. We like eating bugs. If I could, I would eat bugs. Don't clip that. But well, have you guys ever watched The Lion King? How the bugs look in that one? Wow, how convenient that an ad break is coming up. Anyway, anyway. But I feel like you could also have fun with it. You know how like humans eat ants on a log, but it's not really ants on a log. It's like raisins on celery. What if for the sun bears, their fetch quest is actual ants on a log? You know, the omnivore experience, exactly. Taro was big in the 2010s. I definitely mixed it up with ube. Yeah, right? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of too, is that like I think Taro was more popular in the 2010s and now it's Ube's time to shine. I would love to make educational games. I would love to. That's another idea that I might want to yap about. Salmon is an is my favorite Digimon. I keep switching between like saying salmon and salmon. Okay, not salmon, but salmon. Salmon. Let's see. If I could, I would eat bugs. I have amazing news about crickets. I haven't tried those yet. I would be down. I would be down. Alright, we have an ad break coming up. We have an ad break. I'll put you guys here in the cub corner. Play nice with each other. There's no ice for you to lick here, but maybe during recess. Salmon, Pillman, it's the same to me. No, but like, would it be okay for a pescatarian to eat bugs? Well, shrimp is bugs. Shrimp is bugs, and I eat shrimp all the time. Shrimps is bugs. Okay, let me put you guys in the ad break if it isn't already gonna shoot off soon. And then I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. we're back. We're back, and you might hear you might hear a certain someone in the background. You might hear Schnackery. He came in during the ad break, and he was just like, ah! Shrimps is bugs. It's true. Shrimps is bugs. That's why I eat them. They're my favorite. Samesies with all the other sea bugs. The lobster, I actually don't eat crawfish that much. I feel like it's a rare occasion to eat crawfish. I feel like it's only when I'm like traveling I've ever had like crawfish. Okay, so what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, so like making video games with Beans. The thing is we're both like busy and like at the moment like we have other things in mind. Like right now I'm just focusing on like my decade studies, I'm focusing on work, I'm focusing on like I don't know, just a whole bunch of other things like learning how to do CSS, learning more about dinosaurs, learning this and that like the stuff required to make a video game like it's kind of on the back burner for now. But of the things that I would want to learn more about, because the understanding is that Beans would be in charge of like the programming and like the behind the scenes stuff, while I would be in charge of making like the assets. And the idea of doing that does excite me, but I would also want to learn a little bit about the programming and the coding as well. But the thing is that's not my like forte. So the extent of my like gaming learning would be like RPG Maker style programming, where it's like a lot of if else statements, like, oh, if you have fish in your inventory, you can make fish dish, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, it's something that we've been interested in. We did have a really good idea. I won't say it out loud, but we did have a good idea, only to find out that there was a game recently. I don't think it's even out yet, but it's gonna come out soon. That like, it's basically like the idea that we had, and it's like, ah, man, we were too late. Someone already like did the idea we wanted to do. But basically, it would have had to do with art. But that doesn't mean that we can't do like our own spin on it. But I do like the idea of like making educational games, or like, you know, contributing to the return of edutainment as a genre. And not even just like, I feel like there's a lot of like edutainment type games, but the twist is that it's actually a horror game, you know, like Baldi's Basics. Trying to think, like what's that one, like Lola and there was one that's like, it looks like an edutainment game, but it's actually a horror game. I feel like there's a lot of that, but I want the return of just edutainment, you know? Like, just things that, like, people could learn from, whether it's, like, a little kid learning their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, or, like, an adult who, like, wants the Encarta encyclopedia, like, experience, where it's like, I just want to learn more about art history, or I just want to learn more about dinosaurs, without I guess the mascot being like, can you point to where the Parasaurolophus is? You know? Something a little bit more like appropriate for older ages, where it's like, oh, you see that thing you clicked on? That's a Parasaurolophus. Let me tell you all about that, you know? And also, arguably, wouldn't you say that like VTubing, depending on the streamer, is also its own form of edutainment, right? I know you guys can't, like, click on me. I guess technically you can, but it's not like anything's gonna happen. Like, I don't have any of those extensions that let you, like, bonk me. Like, I think Nomi had that, right? Where, like, she had an extension where, like, you could have, like, a hammer, you could just, like, bonk the streamer. It's not like they would know, but, like, I mean, technically you can click on me. And it's like, you would click on me right now. Click on me right now, see what happens. Oh, would you like to exit the game? Oh, you just clicked on the exit button, buddy. Sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Stuff like green heat. Wait, green heat. What's that? Green heat. Hey! No. Is it a game? How dare you trick us? It's a plugin by ProdZPod where chat can interact with the stream. Oh! Maybe I should check that out. Green heat. What is this? Prod Z-Pod? I keep wanting to say Pro ZD. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check this. I'm gonna check this out. I do like more interactivity all around. Horror edutainment games is when you go to learn about dinos, but the info is paywalled. Like, ah, man, it's the... Well, for me, it's the Los Bincos Times does that. Does NY Times also do that? I do feel like a lot of news channels are like, oh, look at this cool article. You want to pay for it? Typing Asmer. I could do that too. Is there like do I just take out a notepad and oh wait, what's that one site with like hacking simulator? Hacker typer. Alright, you guys ready? I'm in. Wait, what do you... There's something that you click. There's something that you click to like make it be like, oh, I'm a hacker. I'm in, you know? Is it escape? It's not escape. Enter? Space? No. This is... Here, do you guys want this site? It's like a hacker simulator. It can make you feel like a hacker. I wonder if movies use this. Where it's like, I'm in! How's that for Asmir? But yeah, I don't know. Like, I would like edutainment to come back, but like earnestly and not as a horror, as like a subset of the horror genre. I just want it to be straight-laced, actual edutainment. Bring back Putt-Putt. Gosh darn it. Bring back the humongous entertainment games. I think they're bringing back Backyard Baseball, but it's like, I want Freddy Fish. I want Pajama Sam, you know? What if they age up all the characters? It's like Pajama Samuel. Pajama Samuel and his buddy Zatsu Daniel. And then like, what if Putt-Putt had like a, I don't know, he has like a new body or something, a new like car body, and it's like, no, actually I like the Putt-Putt body. I feel like that's kind of timeless in a way. Anyway, all I'm saying is bring back edutainment. And Darling Daniel of Sanrio, yes. So you have Zatsu Daniel, Darling Daniel, and Pajama Samuel. I like it. Send it. Send it. Pajamuel Samuel. It's crazy. Ah, yes, my favorite humongous entertainment IP, Pajamuel Samuel. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I'm gonna pin that. Okay, let's do our dailies. Let's do our dailies, shall we? What are we looking at here? Scala. Oh, this is Thailand, right? The flag is Thailand. Oh, and the text over here is Thailand. Touch of Memory, July 2020. I think we got our thing. Where in Thailand, though? I usually just go for the capital, so let's just go Bangkok. Is it? Spot on! Let's go. That one was kind of a gimme, though. It literally says the date. You know, it's kind of a gimme. Okay. Ooh, horsey. So because of the horses, you would think that it's like 1900s, 1910s, right? But the outfits and the cars in the background, this looks more 50s, right? 50s, 60s. So I think it's just you know, it's a novelty thing. It's like a touristy thing. It's like, oh, you can ride horses throughout this this cool road. I do see a flag here. This could be Denmark or Sweden. That means it's a Nordic country. Herifon Radio. Does it say Fievel? Fuvel? Fuvel? Glasould? Frascati? This is French. La Cuisine. Something rotisserie chicken. Radio. I'm actually not sure because there's French, but then there's this flag that makes me think that like maybe it's like Danish or Swedish. And I do feel like this is probably like 50s, 60s. Let's say 56. Persil? Could this be? What if it's like Danish or Swedish tourists in like Paris or something? Ferrofon? Okay, I think one thing is like this little accent mark over it. Fouvel? Cause like, I think French does have like diacritics over it, but I don't know if they would have it over like a U like this, right? But your day and night. Put nab, put trick, put Simmons. Ah, these are too good, you guys. These are too good. Chocolade. I think it is. I do want to say it's a Nordic country, but we could be getting bamboozled right now. Anyway, let's try it. Let's say. Wait, which flag is this? It really could be Danish or Swedish, but let's go with Denmark. Think about your day and night. Ah, oh, lucky guess. We got the lucky guess. Okay, so it was Copenhagen. Ah, but it was the 1960s. Okay. Students on a horse-drawn cart riding through Copenhagen City Hall Square on Sankt Hans Aften. Oh, St. John's Eve. A traditional Danish midsummer celebration held annually on the 23rd of June to honor St. John the Baptist and mark the summer solstice. Nice. Nice. So lucky guess, Copenhagen. We're getting better at the Nordic countries, but we'll see how long that lasts. Ooh, Malaya. I know that's a Tagalog word, but I don't think this is Filipino. Because the other words kind of look more like Jakarta, Jogjakarta. So maybe this is like Malaysian, right? Jakarta is a city, right? Is it Malay? It's unfortunate, but I keep on mixing up like Indonesian and Malaysian things all the time. Bima Sakti. But your day and night. Bataray National. Wait, Toko Malaya. Malaya is a Filipino word, but I think it's like, is it happiness or something? Hudson Motor. The cars make me think that like maybe 70s, 80s, like later 20th century. Let's do 70s. And then let's look for Jakarta, because I forget if it's... Oh, here, Jakarta. I guess it's Malaysia? Or is this Indonesia? This is Malaysia. I think this is Indonesia. Let's try Jakarta in the 70s. Or maybe it's 80s. I want to say 80s now. 8 years off, it was the 70s. A street scene in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Okay, so not too far off. Year wasn't quite as spot on, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, how can a partnership live when one partner tries to take away the rights of the other? Macario's plan created civil war? Interesting. Determination wait, what? Okay, let's see here. Gold leaf. Macarios? So they're in English. Oh wait, what is this flag? I can't quite tell. A part of me wants to say Turkey. It looks like a moon in the center, but it's hard to make out. Hello, Kayla Gala. Hello. We're doing our time guessings right now. We have English text, but there's also a name, Macarios. That sounds like vaguely Filipino, but it could also be like Spanish, you know? But also these faces look Caucasian. Wait, is this Britain? Britain Treaty? Maybe this is the UK? I feel like the building, that could easily be mistaken for like something in DC, right? But I have a feeling that maybe this isn't the UK. Wait, this flag also has a star on it. Maybe, is this Turkey? Maybe this is some kind of protest against like Turkey or something? Maka. I'm trying to see if we can like read this in reverse. Wait. This is ANL. Anladig? It's hard to read. Something writes. On closer inspection, some of these faces do look like Caucasian, but some of them might be like Hispanic, like Mexican. And then we have at least one black guy here. Self-determination. Oh, it says Turks. It says Turks in the background. Creans something. UN to wipe out Turks? Oh, is this like a Turkish thing? What if this is like a British Turkey thing? Like Turkish citizens of like Great Britain. Let's try London. And then fashion-wise, WW1. The fashion doesn't quite look like it would be the early 20th century. This looks much later. This looks like it could almost be like 70s, 80s, I want to say. Because if it was like 1910s, the ladies would be wearing like kind of like bigger dresses. Men would be wearing more so suits, but not quite in this style. And hats. Hats would be the name of the game. So I feel like this might be more so. Hello, Plata64. Welcome, welcome. We're playing our time guesser. We're doing our dailies here. I feel like this has something to do with the UK and Turkey. Because it says Turks here, the flag resembles the Turkish flag, or what little we can see of it is like the moon and the stars. But all the signs are in English, right? If this was like a protest happening in Turkey, we would probably see more Turkish writing. But this seems like pretty squarely English, so we're gonna say London. Time-wise, let's do late 60s. 68. 4 years off. It was 60s though. And it was London. So Fikret Dervish, chairman of the Turkish Cypriot Association of Great Britain, addressing a crowd in London's Trafalgar Square, protesting against Enosis, the union of Cyprus with Greece. Ah, okay. I vaguely know about that, but it's only because of stuff like Hetalia. And only vaguely so. Alright, we're already on the last round, so let's see. We're seeing Latin text, Krypton, radio, Tobak. This looks pretty old. Bless you, Beans. Medhug Brunpunki. So I'm thinking either Nordic or Dutch. Let's see time period. We're seeing a lot of bikes. Oh, car. We have a car here. This looks like it's about 1930s to 40s. We're seeing like a big kind of tall grill. The wheels aren't completely covered by the shell yet. I'm gonna take out my sketchbook for reference. Oh no. Beans is Beansin. He's currently studying. He's currently doing some studies right now. Beans spotted, exactly. Alright, yeah, looking at, I have sketches up until like the 1940s. That car does look like it's about late 30s, maybe early 40s. Let's say 38. Let's say 1938. The question is, where is this? So we have a radio. Is this Oron? Tobak? I feel like this text is kind of like gonna be our biggest indicator. Argarian Medhug Branpung something? I can't tell if that's like an umlaut over the O. Because I feel like that would like help us out and be like, oh, but maybe this is more Germanic, right? Oh, you know what? That reminds me. There's something I want to show you guys after this. Let me get it ready though before I forget. It's called Language Squad. I think this is gonna help us in the long run with Time Guesser. But I'll show you after we finish this one. Let's say it's Dutch. And I will say Amsterdam. Amsterdam, 1938. Lock it in. No! It was Sweden! It's Swedish! Good job, Saribot. No. And we were 3 years off, but that's okay. It's the early 40s. If it's between like the late 30s, early 40s, I feel like that's a pretty good attempt, right? Okay, final score. We're hitting the 40Ks, you guys. We're getting better. We are getting better. We didn't beat our top score, but we are like getting better overall. So that does make me happy. Let's put our score in daily games. And this is what I wanted to show you guys. It's a site called Language Squad, and maybe not audio. Oh no, alphabet. 46 alphabets. Okay, so I've been wanting to get better at identifying different alphabets. So this site is completely like dedicated to that. So let's try it out, shall we? So some of these I'm gonna know right from the get-go. This is Hangul, Korean Hangul. Ooh, okay, this is... Oh no, this is Latin. It's Latin, but it just has like different diacritics and accent marks. So this is Latin. This looks like... Oh, I was gonna say Armenian, but it could also be Georgian. Those two countries are very close to each other. So let's go with Armenian and see what happens. Nice. This is Arabic. That's Arabic. Pretty straightforward. Ooh, this is vertical. This is a vertical script. I was gonna say Tibetan, but well, I know what Latin looks like and I know what Cyrillic looks like, and this is neither of those, so I guess the only choice we have left is Mongol. So let's try it out. Okay. Unless Cyrillic has changed in like the few days I haven't been studying it. Ooh, this one. Let's see. That's definitely not kana kanji, that's Japanese. Nushu I actually researched because I wasn't familiar with what it was. It's like a kind of a vertical and it's a very like what's it called? Like very unique, very niche kind of like alphabet in China. I'm thinking it's Georgian because I think Devanagari is like your when you imagine like Hindu writing, it's usually going to be Devanagari. This doesn't quite look like that, so I'm gonna go with Georgian. Cool. Ooh, this one also looks kind of unfamiliar. But let's see what choices we have. This doesn't look like Chinese. Chinese simple. I've played this before, and like the hardest is when it's Chinese Mandarin versus Cantonese, because it's like, oh, I don't know if I could tell the difference. I don't think this is Armenian because we looked at Armenian before. This does not look like Hebrew, so we're gonna say Ethiopic. Nice. This is Thai. Easy. Okay, here we go. So, this is definitely Chinese, but luckily we only have one Chinese choice. So we'll say it, but later on there's going to be a point where it says, like, is it Chinese traditional or Chinese simplified? This is Hebrew. This is Greek. Because it looks very similar to Latin. Actually, let me see if I can, how much I can read. This is ka, and this is the th sound, the thorn sound. Ka the vas. I don't know if that's the C sound. Ehe. I think this is the B. I think bika, bika. I don't know what the W looking shape does. And I also forgot this one. That looks like an upside down H. So I can't read too much of it, but some of it is like some of it does resemble like the Latin alphabet. Ooh, this one right here. This symbol that looks like pi. Oh, you can make it bigger. Nice. That's the P sound. And what looks like a P is actually the R sound. So this says prepe. Like I said, I'm not sure. I just know how to read certain letters, not all of them, and I don't know the vocab. But HGTQW5, hello. We're trying to learn more writing systems in the hopes that it'll help us with Time Guesser. We're back to Hangul. This is Devanagari. This is like I said, when people imagine like Indian, like Hindu writing, this is usually what they imagine. This is Devanagari. Oh, we saw this one. I think this is Mongol, right? Hangul again for the third time. This is Hebrew. This is Japanese. I can read a little bit, but just the non-kanji. So is it subete, is it person? Nin or hito wa? And then we get into kanji, and I can't read much of it. I can read this one, and it says kono. Kono dio da! Kono binka da! I think this is Hebrew. I don't think there's a... Is there an end to this? Like, is there an end to this? Do we just keep on going until we die? This is once again Hebrew. They do keep adding more, like, options, though. Oh, this is Cyrillic. Cyrillic looks very close to Latin in many ways. I think this might be I've never seen a K with that like little line though, so maybe this is like not Russian, but might be Ukrainian, might be Bulgarian. But I can read some of it. It says Bar Li. I don't know what the K with the line means. Adamdar Tumisnan Azat. This might be another language, rather, or it might be like related to Russian, but I don't know specifically. But this is Cyrillic. This one, I think this is the Ethiopic one, right? It looks really pretty. It looks really interesting. Devanagari. Let's go up until question 30, and I think we'll do something else. We'll do something else. Arabic. Thai. Cyrillic. Ooh, have we seen this one? I think, is this the Armenian one? Because they are repeating certain ones now. No, it's Georgian. It's slightly different. We have a bomb. Oh no. You dropped the bomb. This is Greek. This is still Arabic, right? It looks a little different, like it has some diacritics and accent marks. But I'll assume it's Arabic, right? Elkin het di regtot. This looks like Nordic, but the script is Latin. Everyone has the freedom of expression. It's Latin. 33. Oh, what is this? What is this? I haven't seen this before. I know we said we would stop at 30, but like, I'm actually not familiar with this. So it doesn't look like Cyrillic Devanagari. Maybe Canadian Aboriginal? But it looks like it has a mix of like Latin with like there's a Greek letter here. This is the, right? Chinese traditional, it's not Armenian, it's not Kanakanji, it's not Thai. Maybe Cherokee? I want to say either Canadian Aboriginal or Cherokee. Let's try Cherokee. Oh, nice. Okay. Hangul for the fourth time. This is Mongolian. This one I think is I think this one is Inuit or a Canadian Aboriginal. I think I've seen a video about this before. It's actually like an interesting system. Oh, thank you for the pet alpaca. Thank you. Okay, we'll stop at 40. We'll stop at 40 for sure. We'll stop at 40. Canadian Aboriginal. This one is, I think, Armenian. Oh, because I'm doing great. Thank you. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Look, it's so loopy. It's so pretty. This looks cool. This looks like something that you would like see in like a sci-fi or like a fantasy show. It's fancy. I know nothing about these languages. It's a matter of like trying to familiarize yourself with them. If it's something like linguistics, and there's actually a specific name for it, graphemics. Graphemics is like the study of different writing systems. That happens to be something that I'm interested in, because like I'm trying to learn how to read Egyptian hieroglyphs and Maya glyphs, for example. Like that just happens to be like a hyperfixation that I have. So this is just more of like me trying to show off as well, but I'm sure there's other things that y'all like know that you could educate me on, and I'd be like, whoa, that's amazing. I want more alamat music. Why does it keep doing this? There we go. Okay, so let's see. We know what Hebrew, Greek, Ethiopic, Latin, we don't know about Javanese, so maybe this is Javanese. We know what Aboriginal and Cherokee look like. Hangul, Chinese. So I'm thinking either Tibetan or Javanese. I'm not 100% sure, so we're just gonna do a 50-50. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a binka by the toe. If she yaps, let her go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ah, it was Tibetan. It's okay, we know for next time. And then this one, what did we say this one was? Is this, no, Georgian? Georgian? Okay, last one. And then this is Mongol. Alright. I don't know how many questions there are with this, so we'll just quit here. There's also an audio one. Do we want to try that one? I think we would have to. We would have to cut the music, but let's try beginner. Okay, you guys ready to listen and see what we're listening to? Let's try it. That doesn't sound Russian, because I know what Russian sounds like. So it's either Hindi or Turkish, and I want to say Turkish. Because I feel like Hindi would have more, like, buh sounds? Like, something like that? Let's try Turkish. Okay, cool. What about this one? Oh, I know what each of these sounds like, so... Japanese. He said soshite. It's like, I feel like the challenge will be like, if you know all the languages, or not fluently, but if you know what each of them sounds like, then the challenge is like, how quickly can you get it, right? Okay, I don't quite know what either, like, off the top of my head, like, what all of them sound like. I have, like, vague ideas. I feel like Swedish would sound the most like English, or have the same phonemes and sounds. Arabic might have more, like, I usually associate with like more throaty sounds, and it's a little bit more lyrical in its like cadence. Swahili, I would be completely unfamiliar with, so let's just see. Let's see. It's either Arabic or Swahili. I feel. I kind of want to say Arabic. I'm not sure though. It really could be either one of them. Let's try Arabic. It was Swahili. It was Swahili. Okay. Let's go up to 10. Let's go up to 10 and see like how far we get. Spanish, German, and Japanese. I know vaguely what like each of these sounds like, so let's see. German. It's German. That don't sound like no Espanol I've ever heard. It's German. Swedish, English, and Spanish. Okay, this one should be pretty straightforward too. Espanol. Espanol. I was thinking about this recently, and that like, even though I'm not fluent in Spanish at all, but because I grew up in Los Pincos, I'm like somewhat familiar with a lot of the like vocabulary and sounds. But I realized too that that's mostly just Mexican Spanish, because I remember when I was listening to the Super Bowl halftime show, I was listening to Bad Bunny, and I was like, I can't quite understand what he's saying. And it wasn't until I was listening to it for like the third time, because I like how it sounds, right? I like the way he sings. I like the melodies that come out of his mouth. But it was like the words that I was like, is that Spanish? Like, and it was like after the third listen through, I was like, oh yeah, I can actually like catch the words that he's saying. But I think it is like an accent thing. I think I'm only used to like Mexican accents. I don't know if I would be able to like if someone were speaking like Argentinian Spanish or like Castilian Spanish. I don't know how much of it I would be able to understand. Maybe Castilian a little bit more, but my ear is most familiar with Mexican Spanish, if I'm being frank. Okay, Turkish, Chinese, and Russian. I think that's Russian. Yeah, I've heard it before, because Beans' family speaks Russian. Oh, now we got 4 languages. We got 4 languages now. Oh, come on. English. Another English one. Okay, next one. Well, we'll do 2 more. Like, for each English one, we'll do 2, like, more, because that one's a gimme, right? That sounds Hindi. Like, there's something about the kind of like glottal stops or like the rhythm that kind of reminds me of Hindi. And then we'll do 2 more after 10. We'll get to 12. We'll get to 12. Japanese. I think he said korosareru, which is like to kill, I think. But I didn't quite catch it. And I'm not fluent. I'm just a weeb. That's Japanese. Oh no, that's Russian. It's Russian. And then last one. We got Japanese, Spanish, Chinese, Swahili, and French. Oh, I think that's Chinese. I just don't know which Chinese, but it sounds like Chinese. All right, nice. What does hard? I'm kind of curious what hard entails. Like, what is? Let's try it. Let's try it. Wait, Japanese, Arabic, Filipino? There's a 1 in 3 chance that I'm gonna know what they're saying. I think that's Arabic. I don't know what Javanese would sound like, but I would figure that it's like somewhat similar to the sounds you would hear in Tagalog, Filipino, because they have a closer proximity to each other. But I think that's Arabic. Okay, Filipino, Czech, and Lao. That's Tagalog. Nakakaraan. That's Filipino. I know what that sounds like. Alright, Norwegian, Uzbek. Uzbek mention. That's where Beans is Uzbek. But I don't think he speaks the language. He speaks Russian. So we got Norwegian, Uzbek, and Danish. So we got 2 Nordic languages and then 1 Turkic. I'm not sure. Honestly, I want to say Uzbek. I feel like if it was Norwegian or Danish, it would feel a little bit more familiar to English, but I am actually not sure. A little bit of a loss. Let's try Uzbek. Oh, well, there you go. Let me listen to it again. Uzbek is a Turkic language, so it sounds more like Turkish, but the problem with that is I don't know what Turkish sounds like, so I was just making a guess. Let's get up to 10 for this one. We have Latin, Albanian, and Vietnamese. Is that Latin? I feel like that's Latin. It's like the way that a lot of the words end with a US sound. Like something bus. And like the like W sound too. It's a very rounded W, like a woo. Awe. Nice. Alright, Estonian, Hindi, and Thai. We're gonna be going off of vibes with this one. I'm gonna be so real with you. I want to say Hindi. It's like the way that he says like Baharat, right? Okay. Slovak, Thai, Faroese! Oh no, that's another Nordic language, isn't it? And Bengali. It feels like if you like zone out, it feels like it could be English, right? It's almost like a guy mumbling almost in English, like especially if it was muffled. So right? Because it sounds kind of like English, I want to say Faroese because that's a Nordic language and it's like a little bit more closely related to English than say Thai, Bengali, or Slovak. So nice. Okay. 3 more. Tongan. Oh no, I don't know anything about Polynesian languages. Finnish, Urdu, and Somali. I think this might be the hardest one actually. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys what I think, and this is gonna sound like such a reach. But have you guys ever seen that video of like a guy yelling at a bear because the bear is like trying to eat trash in his backyard, and he's like perkele, satana perkele. Like it kind of reminds me of that, and I think that video is Finnish. So, oh hey, hello Reika Shirayuki. Hello, thank you for the raid. Thank you. How you doing? You were doing music. Nice. Hello, welcome. We're just playing some like language. We're familiarizing our ears with languages. So hello everyone. Hello, my name's Babinka Bear. I'm your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. And we are just playing a game where we try to like figure out what language we're listening to. But hello, nice to see you, Reika Shirayuki. How are you doing? How was your stream? How was the music? Were you guys like making music, listening to music? I'm curious. Hello, Chase the Hunter 22. Hello, hello. Riceball 1230. Hello. Raid. Hello, hello. Perkele is Finnish. Yeah, right? Doesn't that kind of sound like Finnish? I'll play it for the Raiders as well. I haven't seen the one where the woman is yelling at the bear to not destroy her kayak. I haven't seen... you have seen that one. Ah. But I like the Perkele one. Perkele! Because, like, it's a full-grown bear and he just, like, tumbles and runs away because of the Finnish guy. Raid. Oh, Orlando, hello. Wanderer's Ride, hello, hello. We were... Oh, karaokeing, nice! I hope you had fun. If you are, if you're feeling pretty spent from that, no worries at all. If you guys have to raid and run, no worries. Right now, we're just kind of chilling right now. I turned off the music because we're playing this, like, language game right now. But yeah, thanks again for the raid. I hope you had a good time with the karaoke. I've been wanting to do a karaoke sometime, but I, for one, need more practice, and for two, I need the house to myself. I'm a little shy in that. But cool. BB Bora, hello. Welcome. Oh yeah, you summoned the cats. By the way, we do have a 1-point redeem for those who are staying behind and or lurking. If you redeem it, it's only 1 point. You get a little sticker appearing on the screen, and they're all based off of Filipino treats. Yeah, I've seen that one, Matthew. Bobur Kurowa! Isn't that like Polish, I want to say, right? Oh, thanks for joining the class, Reika. Thank you. It's nice to have you here. It's also the last part of a 24-hour stream. Oh, dang. I see. Get some rest. Please. Get that sweet rest. And thanks again for the raid. So you guys want to listen to it again? It reminds me of the Perkele video, so give it a listen. I'll make it a little louder. Like, I want to say Finnish, right? But it's also because I don't know anything about Tongan. I'm pretty sure that's like a Polynesian language, right? Urdu is like South Asian. Somali is African. So we'll say Finnish. We did it! Okay, we got it. Okay, Sundanese. I think this is Southeast Asia, right? Not to be confused with Sudanese, like from Sudan. Sundanese is like Southeast Asia. Esperanto, isn't that like the like created language, or how do I say this? It's like it's like not a language that like organically formed. It's like someone made it, and it was supposed to be like a unifying language. Latvian, that is the Baltics, right? Close to Estonia and Lithuania, and I totally only know that because of Hitalia. Right? And then Albanian, that's obviously Albany, New York, right? That's what No, I'm just kidding. That's Eastern Europe, I want to say. Okay, let's give it a listen. That sounds Southeast Asian because that sounds a lot like Tagalog, but like a little different. Like, there's something about that's the thing with, like, I never took a linguistics class, so I can't say, like, oh, it's, like, the aspirated Fs, you know, or, like, the phonemes and stuff. It's just, like, I'm kind of going off of vibes, and it's, like, that kind of sounds like Tagalog, so by proximity, by how close Sundanese or, yeah, like, that language is to Tagalog, I'm gonna say it's Sundanese. Let's go. Oh, now we're getting into the territory where I've never even seen some of these languages before. Tigrinya, Minangkabau, Tamil. I've heard of Tamil. That's South Asia, and then Indonesian. In a way, they have a language called Sugandese. No, it's not Sugandese. It's Sundanese. It's I know it's. I want to say Malaysia. We could do research. We could do research on it. Wait, Sundanese. Oh, they speak it in Java. I see. They speak it in Java. Java Island in Indonesia. No, it's not Sugandese. It's not. It's Sundanese. I got lost in the hallway, but I'm back. It's okay. We are now playing a game where we're trying to, like, listen to a language and figure out what it is. And it started out pretty easy, but now we're getting into the territory where like I've never heard of some of these languages before, you know? So they speak JavaScript. No. I've never heard of so Tigrinya and then Minangkabau. Minangkabau sounds like it could be like East Asian. Like it sounds like it could be an offshoot of like Okinawan, right? But let's give it a listen. So, because I don't know these two, a part of me wants to like associate it immediately with one of these two, and I want to say Tamil because it sounds vaguely South Asian. God, this makes me want to like learn more about linguistics because like I want to actually like have the vocabulary to be like, oh, do you guys hear that aspirated plosive stop? that's an indicator that it's a Southeast Asia. Instead, I'm just like, it sounds Indian. It sounds like it's something from the Indian subcontinent, right? Wanderer's right. Thank you for joining the class. And Bibi Bora, you got your sticker. Did you survive the Oregon Trail? Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. Like, she sure did. No, stop laughing. Stop laughing. I'm not a jerk. I tried everything I could to make sure Peck School didn't die after breaking 12 limbs. Linguistics is fun until you try and learn German. Oh no. Nerd! I'm not a nerd. Let's say Tamil. It's not. Okay, let's actually look at these languages. I've never heard of Tigrinya before. Tigrinya. Tigrinya. Oh, Ethiopic. It's Afro-Asiatic. Ah, I see. Tigrinya people, also known as Biher Tigrinya or Kebesa, are from Eritrea. Sorry, the reason why I laugh is because I thought about that one that one tweet that's so bad. Have you guys seen that tweet where it's just like it's a response to something? Oh no, it's a tweet that just says like, has anyone ever been racist to you? But it was funny though. And then there was like a response by someone, like it was a tweeted response where it was something like, oh yes, this guy was making like clicking noises at me, and I was like, you know, like, oh, stop that, you racist. And then the person that was making the clicking noises at him is like, oh no, okay, so the person was like, stop making those clicking noises, I bet you don't even know where I'm from. And then the guy that was making the clicking noises was like, yeah, you look like you're East African, I bet you're Eritrean or something. And I think the implication was that like, yeah, the guy was Eritrean. And it's like when they're like, when they're racist, but they're like oddly specific, you know? Yeah, it's like, kind of like, have you guys ever watched Community? There's a character named Pierce who like is known for like initially, let's put the music back on. He's known for initially being like pretty racist and problematic, and even into like later in the show, he's pretty like problematic still. But then you meet his dad, and his dad is even worse. He's like ultra racist, but it's to the point where like one of the characters, she's white, and she's like you know, kind of the stereotype like woke like liberal like progressive kind of gal in the show. And then she's like, oh, what, you can't be racist to me, I'm white. And then and then Pierce's dad says something like, your face resembles that of a Laplander. or it's like something about like Finnish people, like those who interbred with like the Laplanders and the Finns. And then even she's like, whoa. I kind of want to like see if I can find that scene, because it was one of those like you gotta be like advanced racism if you know what that is. Pierce's dad. It's like the like casual racism implies the existence of like of competitive racism. Not the Finnish heritage disease. It's this, because he has like a toupee that's made out of sheer ivory. His toupee is ivory, man. What the fuck? He's like the opposite of racism. That's like one of those like that's crazy. That's crazy that like you get that granular with the racism. That was insane. It's like, yeah, Swedish. Oh my god, you're practically Finns. I always see the Cotton Hill meme. Yeah, that one. Let me see that one too. It's like Con. No. Con. And Cotton. This is the same thing. The zoom in. You know what's crazy? Like something that I never realized is that he never introduced himself as Khan. Like at no point did he hear like, oh, his name is Khan. So he just said like what he probably believed to be like a stereotypical Laotian name and got it right. You know, that'd be like someone being like coming up to me as like a Filipino American and being like, no, she ain't. She's Filipino American. Ain't that right, Miss Castro? That's not my last name. But like, oh no, I'm trying to think of like what's a like stereotypical like Filipino last name. Ain't that right, Miss Dela Cruz? Ain't that right, Miss Santos? It'd be like that, but like if she got it, if they got it right. Yeah, that's like calling a Korean person Park. Exactly. The way she said white. I'm white. He's Japanese. He's Laotian. Me being thrown in a group of Southeast Asians and being able to spot the Filipinos. Yeah, because it's the people with like the Spanish last names. And I remember I was like talking to my mom and I told her about like this friend that I met that is Filipino and I told her last name. And my mom was like, oh, that's like a Filipino last name. Yeah, Mexican Perez, right? Ain't that right, Perez? So like that's what makes this like a little funny. That like subtle detail of like I don't think he ever said that his name is Khan. Khan basically walked up to an Indian guy and said, yeah, ain't you, Mr. Patel? Like, exactly. That's what's crazy. That's one of those, like, yeah, that's, like, competitive racism. Alright, oh, and then we don't know what Minang Kabau is. Minang Kabau. Oh, wow, this is Sumatra? Oh, I guess, like, Indonesian? Minangkabos or Minang? Oh, Sumatra. Okay. Oh, so that's two. Oh no, it's like Javanese, right? When I was 15, I used to clock people's accents and dox them by guessing their last name and stayed on voice chat. Oh my gosh, it's like the guy who does the that video series on accents, right? Wasn't Khan's whole shtick that nobody remembered that he was from Laos? Yeah, exactly. Because even in his like introductory scene, the cast is like, oh, are you Chinese or Japanese? And he even says like, I'm Laotian off the coast of Southeast Asia next to Thailand and Vietnam. And then I think Bill says like, what ocean? Yeah, yeah, which ocean is Laotian? Yeah, that was the response. And I think it comes full circle with Cotton, like, clocking him as Laotian, right? Because that's crazy, because I couldn't even, like... I'm gonna tell you right now. In high school, we had, like, different Southeast Asian... No, middle and high school, we had a healthy population of other Southeast Asians, and they were Vietnamese folks that look Filipino. And I thought for the longest time that they were Filipino until they said, no, I'm Vietnamese. So sometimes it is hard for like fellow Southeast Asians to tell each other apart. I had a friend too that was like Cambodian, and he also, to me, looked Filipino. So it's another ad break already. It's already been 2 hours. That's crazy. All right, let's do one more language squad thing, and then we'll go to ad break. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have no idea. I have no idea. I know what each of these languages are. Kurdish, that's West Asia, right? Hungarian, that's Europe. Swahili is African, and Amharic is, I think, Ethiopian. So I don't know. I'm gonna listen to it during the ad break, and then we'll answer it. I have a TikTok for you. That's a funny, vaguely racist thing. I'll post it in Discord. Yeah, go for it. One of them just wants to wait a moment and ask again. So yeah. So are you Chinese or Japanese? All right, let's put you guys in recess. We have Lightning McQueen here for your enrichment. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Okay, we're back. We're so back. Did you guys make any progress with Lightning McQueen down there? Still frozen, I see. But did you at least get enrichment? Because that's what matters. That's what matters. Let's get back to class. Get back to class. I have no idea. I'm gonna be so honest. I was listening to this throughout the break, and I was watching the thing that Owen put in the Discord too. And I was like, yeah, I guess at that point it gets impressive, right? Do you feel enriched? There we go. That's the goal. I wonder if I were to make some kind of redeem that involves like some kind of enrichment that involves some kind of licking of ice, what that would look like. Oh, Gino is hopping up on tables now, fighting the sun to keep him frozen. Okay, let me give it one more listen and then we'll make an answer. I want to say Kurdish or Hungarian. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just kind of going off vibes. Let's go Hungarian. Whoa. Okay, one more. Armenian, Maltese, Esperanto, Javanese. I want to say Javanese because once again, it sounds vaguely Southeast Asian. It kind of sounds like it would be Filipino, but it's not. It's clearly not, but it has a lot of the same shared sounds. And we're right. We're right. All right, that's the last one. That was the last one. That was the last one. That was the last one. Now I have to make actual conversation instead of playing games on your phone. But that also means we can listen to some music. There we go. Okay, like only tangentially related to the conversation about racism we were having. Bakun, start running your way. Bakun, hearts racing with you. So kind of tangentially related to that conversation we were having about like, I guess lighthearted competitive racism. Have you guys seen that tweet by like, I thought he was just like a random Sikh dude, but it's like, I think he's like a government official in Canada. But it's a guy who was saying something like, oh, I was at the supermarket one day. And mind you, he's Sikh, so he has like a turban on. He was at the supermarket and apparently like a guy looked at him and then looked at his wife and said, oh, we need to get naan bread. And the tweet ends with like, I'm happy to do my service. I don't know, that's one of those things that like, what would that be for like me? Like what would that be, or like for anyone like else of your respective like culture, right? If someone were to look at me, or like me as a bear, or me as a Filipino American, and be like, oh, we need to get more ube. Like, Jagmeet Singh, I don't know, it might be. I just remember like seeing a tweet where it's like, it's a guy that's like Sikh, but, or he looks Sikh, he has like a turban. But then someone responded with like, this isn't just like a random guy, this is like a government official in Canada. So it might be Jagmeet Singh. I'm not sure. Canadian politician cameo. Right? Can you imagine like someone looking at you in the supermarket and then that prompts like your culture, your phenotype prompts them to be like, oh, we need more XYZ. We need more ube. Or they see me a bear and they're like, oh, we need more ants. we need more ant traps. Like, did you know that Sikh are supposed to be carrying a knife at all times? That's so cool. Is that really like a thing that they're always packing, you know? Hang out with Korean friends. I need more gochujang. A kirpan. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. It's a part of their faith. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I know that, like, one of the reasons they wear turbans is because they're not supposed to cut their hair, right? So all their hair is, like, within the turban. And there's, like, a very specific way that you're supposed to, like, tie the turban, which I think is pretty cool. It's a turban, kirpan, and a comb. Also their beard. Oh, also their beard. He's the head of the New Democrat Party. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, we're learning something new. Because like I don't know too much. I did for one of my like research projects for work, I was supposed to learn more about religions of South Asia. I only got up to Hinduism and oh, what's the other one? It's not Sikh. There like Sikh was part of it, but then there was another one. Um I'm gonna look this up. It's like religions of India. 'Cause it wasn't Buddhism. It was another one. Jainism. It's Jainism. Because I was trying to learn a little bit more about Jainism because I didn't actually know too much about it. But it was neat because it was like talking about some of the, I guess, hallmarks of their religion, and one of them is like non-violence, even towards like other like animals. And if you're a layperson, then of course it just like extends to like, you know, being mindful of what you consume and what you do in your daily life. But for those that are like ascetics or like they like are very orthodox in their worship of Jainism, or in their practice of Jainism rather, they like wear papers that cover their mouths so that their breath won't disturb the flight of like flies, for example. And I think I forgot what it was that like they also do something to like prevent themselves from like walking on like ants. I forgot what it was. I think they put like a cover in front of them when they walk. I forgot. But it was something like that. But if you're a layperson, if you're just like a regular person that is a practices Jainism, then it mostly just extends to like vegetarianism, like being vegetarian, watching what you eat, but not necessarily like, oh, I have to watch out how I breathe so I don't harm flies, you know. Jains are super pacifist, yeah. I don't know, that's also been something that I've been thinking about lately because of I'll be honest with you guys, because of our conversation, I forgot if it was like a couple streams ago or a stream ago, I was thinking of like the possibility of like a New York trip. But the thing is, like, Beans and I want to go traveling to quite a few places, but also the funds for Offkai like hit my wallet pretty bad. So it's like, oh, why am I thinking of like other trips when I already have a trip planned, you know? Are some Buddhist monks, I think, like the equivalent to being Buddhist monks, like, because Buddhist monks are those that like are they approach their faith like, how do I say this? Because I don't want to imply that people like lay people don't also approach their religion seriously. It's just that they are a little bit more strict on certain practices within the religion. You know, it's like the difference between like someone who is like I don't know, like Reformed Jewish versus like Orthodox Jewish, right? Like how they interpret their like holy text, where it's like, oh, like some Orthodox Jews won't cut certain parts of their hair, right? Because of what it says in the Talmud, right? Talmud Torah. Whereas like other Jewish folks might just be like, yeah, like I interpret that differently. Like, yeah, that text is in the holy text, but I interpret it differently. So I think the same with like Jains, where like some of them interpret it as like, oh, just like be pacifist within your means. If someone comes at you with a knife, don't just accept it, you know, just but don't go out of your way to harm people. Versus the people that are like, I have to like make utmostly sure that I don't harm any other form of life. And that includes flies and ants and insects and stuff like that, right? What was I saying? Yeah, I was like thinking about like, ooh, New York trip, I'd be cool. Just cause like I did really enjoy it the last time I went, and it was cool because it's so much like, how do I say this? It reminds me so much of like being in another metropolitan area like LA, but it's still different. Like, I think for me it's like the different groups, the different ethnic groups that you're more likely to encounter in New York versus like California. Because like California, like I'm super used to seeing like Southeast Asians and South America, Central Americans, Mexicans, right? Definitely Southeast Asians, for example. Most religions say that preservation of life comes before anything else. You can break the other laws if it means you would save another or your own. Yeah, right? But of course everyone, I guess, reads that differently, right? Hold on. Okay, Gino's in the premises. He's in the room and he likes to hop on our desk and stuff. So I was just checking if he was trying to leave or not. But yeah, it's just interesting in that way. I think I said this before, but for like my first New York trip, I remember being at the Met, and hi Gino. Gino's such a fluffy little guy. Um, I was at the Met Museum for the first time, and then I remember me and Beans were taking a rest because we were walking a lot. Man, I really do need like 5 days to just fully absorb everything that the Met has to offer. Cause I tried to speedrun it, that was a bad idea, we were taking a rest on a bench, and then I just happened to like look out one of the glass windows, and I saw a squirrel, and I was like, "Oh my god, the squirrels look different here." And I don't know why that just like blew my mind. I was just like, those look so different from the squirrels in California. And I think it's literally just as simple as like, I think they just have like tufted ears. Like it was something so minor, but I just remember being so awed. I was like, whoa, the squirrels here are different. I want to go to the Met again. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I only went there once. I was even looking back at some of my photos. Cause oh no, I don't have it on this account. I have it on another account. Maybe I can share some of the photos I took from... I just have to be the Google Photos. Don't worry, you can't see my other browser. But I went like back in 2023. I think that was before I started streaming. So, let me see. I want to say it was. I could be wrong though. But if it was 2023, that would have been like around the time that I like was that Vesper still existed, you know? So I think I would have told people about it. I don't know. Okay, I found the folder. Now let me just get Pure Ref out. I'll show you guys where we went. Pure Ref. Ah, this was a nice trip. Our hotel was very small though. It was like laughably small. I can't show any pictures because all the pictures have like me in it, but give me a second. Okay. Gino has left the premises. Okay, yeah, that's right. I wanted to show you guys the pictures that I took at the Met Museum the last time we went. So it was 2023. It was spring. It was spring. Censor yourself by drawing your VTuber model over it. That'd be cute, right? Bye, Gino. You know what? I'm just gonna paste a whole bunch of them here. So that way I don't have to like turn the source off and on over and over again. There are just so many that like I said, I went through like a bunch of different galleries, but I kind of wish I took my time. Because it's like I wanted to like fully absorb everything. Because I think I went into the cloisters. I think that's what that's called. It's like the medieval portion. You love the cloisters? It's so cool, isn't it? Oh my gosh. There's also this cool statue that I like a lot. Okay, here's some pictures that I have so far. I took this picture up here. I just thought the stained glass was so cool. And then there's this one, Ivory Diptych with scenes from Crisis Passion. The fact that this is just carved out of ivory, it's so ornate. I dig it so much. And then this like these gigantic tapestries too. The fact that these are all like, not knitted, but just like woven. And they were humongous too. We should go to the cloisters that's up in the Bronx. It's neat. I went there when I was also a mini Ren Fair going on by there. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, and then the bear statue. Look at these guys. I love it. And then this cool statue. I feel like I've seen a version of this elsewhere. Okay, let me see some other Pikachus. Oh, that's right. There was also like the whole building. Like they had a whole building in there too. Did I get good pictures of it? Dang, I have a picture, but it has people in it. It doesn't have me in it, but I feel like someone who was like dedicated enough could like track down who that person was and be like, okay, this person went to the Met on this day. So like, but I'll show you something else. The Rockefellers literally shipped some stone from Europe from actual monasteries to build it. Dang, okay. I saw this cool thing. Let me paste this here. There we go. So there's a whole like Egyptian building inside the Met. Which I thought was crazy. Like they have a whole building. It's like the saying of like the only reason the pyramids aren't in the British Museum is because it was too heavy to lift, you know? It's like, but that didn't stop the Met. That didn't stop the Met from getting a whole Egyptian building and putting it in their museum. Geolocating as we speak. Thanks for the big emote, Matthew. But I thought this was cool. This was like trying to show like what the colors probably would have been when these walls used to have color to them. And look, it's Osiris. It's our buddy Osiris. I think this might be either Hathor or Isis, because she has the wing decorations, but she also has the horns. Could be either of them. What else did I see? There was just so much to see. Oh! William! I gotta show you guys William. I gotta show William. Look! It's William. It's Billy. It's Billy... William the hippopotamus. Yeah, William the little hippo. That's not how I really say hippopotamus, by the way, but it's how my mom says it. The hippopotamus. Let's see. Oh, and when I went, there was like a Maya art exhibit too. Ooh, okay, I want to show you this because this is actually one of my favorite like topics that I've had the pleasure of researching. I got really into Maya vessels recently, and this is actually one of the things that I was studying. They're called Maya Codex vessels, and they're actually really fascinating because like if you see one, you're gonna see like certain figures. Like this is, for example, the snake lady or the snake woman. And you actually see her in other bits of like Maya like codex vessels that look like this. I think on this side is another god. I think there's like the elder god or the old god, and then there's like God L. Like literally like he's just designated as god, like letter L, right? I don't know if this is him or if it's the old god, but you see these characters in very similar vessels. And I think different museums have different vessels, because I remember seeing this I think the Getty did an exhibit with Maya vessels at one point, and then the LA County Museum of Art also did an exhibit with these. But like these, you could tell because they look like this and they have like this red rim with like, it's just kind of like black on like beige art. And they just have these really cool like, I don't know, like line work. They usually also have glyphs on them too. But I just I was using like there's this one book that has a whole bunch of... Oh, I actually have another angle to this one. This is cool. There's a whole book that goes over like all the codex vessels. Here, I think there's another angle of this same one. And this one, I think this is God L. This is God L in the way that you could tell. It's a Maya god. You could tell it's because he usually has like this thing that looks like a flare coming out of his forehead. So he's depicted in different ways, but it's interesting. And then there's also like the snake. This like part of the snake over here goes around this like snake lady. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm starting to learn some of the figures. Because there's also, that snake is also like a common figure in some of these codex vessels. Sometimes people are shown coming out of the snake's mouth. So people think that it's actually not an actual, it's not supposed to be like a mythological or like an actual snake. The theory is that it might be a metaphor for like the underworld. So when you see a figure coming out of the snake's mouth, it's actually like someone coming out of like the underworld. So yeah, that's something that I've been researching lately. So it's cool to be. Oh, there's more. I took more pictures. Thank you, Binka from 2023. Yeah, I saw this one in one of my research books too. It's the jaguar infant. It's the jaguar infant. Cause like it's supposed to be an infant, but like it also has some jaguar features, like the little beans, like the little jaguar beans, and then a tail. And it's I think it's seated on something called the kawak stone. And I think from the source that I read, the kawak stone is associated with sacrifice. So this figure is meant to be sacrificed, but then if you see other codex vessels, there's other vessels where it's a figure that looks like this, but it either escapes being sacrificed or it becomes like a jaguar, like a standing jaguar. Maya Animorphs, yeah, yeah. And here's another jaguar. It's sitting on the same kawak stone, so it like some of the implication is like, oh, did this infant become this jaguar? You know? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think this is another. I can't tell if this is another depiction of God L. But yeah, that's what I've been into lately. If I could, I would do like I would want to do a whole like talk on this, an educational stream about like the codex vessels, because you start to get familiarized with certain like quote unquote characters. Like one of my favorites, there's one vessel that I've seen that has like a toad on it, and it's just like a big toad, and he's holding a plate that has like an eyeball and like a disembodied hand. So I don't. It's kind of gruesome, but it's kind of cool too, because like, you know, why he doing that? Why he holding that? He's like offering it too. It's kind of funny. It's like the toad just be like, "Would you like some?" And it's like an eyeball. Oh, I took a picture of the pizza we ate, and there's no picture. There's neither me nor Beans are in the picture, so I can show you guys the pizza. This was the pizza. This was the pizza that like that I ate, and I was like, dang, West Coast ain't got nothing on like East Coast pizza. And I say this as someone who loves her city, who loves the West Coast. We ain't got nothing on you guys with pizza. This was magical. This was like we had this and it was like, oh my god. It was like euphoric. It's like that one anime, what's that one cooking anime? Shokugeki no Soma, right? Where okay, it wasn't it wasn't that like, if you've seen Shokugeki, we didn't have that good of a time, but we had a good time. It's free real estate. That's true. That's true. So I'm gonna eat that eye, right? That's exactly what the toad looks like. The toad is like, you're gonna eat that, right? Yeah, this was like a vegan pizza. I wish I could remember the restaurant that we went to, but like it was like a vegan pizza place, and we had a good time. Let's see. Oh yeah, we went to the zoo. We also went to the zoo. We saw some pretty cool things at the. It was at Central Park. We went to the zoo. We saw the bears. We saw what else? We saw the penguins. We went to Central Park proper. Well, I guess like a part of Central Park, and it was nice. It was cool because it felt like something was always happening. I don't know, like in here in Los Vincos, I feel like we don't really have parks that compare to that. Did you see alpacas? I think we did. Let me look back at the pictures. We saw the red pandas because Beans likes red pandas. We definitely saw the bears. What else? I think the zoo, the one in the park, is a little bit smaller. It's not small, but it's smaller than say like the San Diego Zoo. I don't think if we did see the alpacas, I don't think I took a picture of it. Beans is correct. It's true. It's true. We didn't take pictures of the alpacas, unfortunately, but I feel like we did. I feel like we did see them. Let's see. I'm trying to find more pictures. Oh, that's it. That's it. Our trip was fairly short. I think it was only like 3 or 4 days. Trying to see. Yeah, it was only like 4 days. So if we go again, we might want to go for a little bit longer. It was nice. It was nice. But also another place that I would want to go to would be Seattle. I hear that they got good vegan eats there. Discard. Okay. Okay, so last thing that I would want to yap about before I call it for today, because I do have to go to the office tomorrow. One thing that I've been wanting to get more into. Oh yeah, let me exit out of all these. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the thing that that y'all were talking about. Green heat. Okay, we can let's see, or maybe we'll yap in. Where should we yap? We'll go to the cup corner to yap. There we go, and I'll take out the BRB. There we go, because it's not BRB. We're just yapping here. We're just yapping. Yeah, last thing I wanted to yap about before we call it for today is I've been trying to get more into making YouTube shorts. I know I've been saying that, but I finally got into the I'm trying to get into the flow of writing scripts. And you would think that it's easier to write for YouTube shorts because it's like it's supposed to be like 30 seconds, you know? Script doesn't need to be that long, but I'm just struggling. I'm just struggling because I want my first my first short to be like an introduction to like what to expect. And I want to kind of go in at the angle of like art appreciation of like, oh, if you follow me here on twitch.tv/babinkabear, you'll learn more about art appreciation and how to appreciate art. Even though like the channel does a whole bunch of other things, like we go through edutainment, we do art, we do all these other things, but I feel like I want my niche to be like art appreciation. And I'm like trying to write the script right now, and because I wanted to start kind of general, I want it to be like when you look at how to write scripts for YouTube studios, they usually start with like, oh, you should have like a hook. Something like something kind of clickbaity, right? Something like, you've been looking at art all wrong, or like you try to think of something that like isn't like completely aggressive, right? Of like, you suck at looking at art. I want to go for something a little bit more tame, something like you can look at art, you don't need to be an artist to look at art. And oh, what did I settle on? I think I do have a doc. I think I settled on something like you don't need to be an artist to look at art. Wait, what did I write? I think, yeah, that is what I landed on. I just landed on like, you don't need an artist, you don't need to be an artist to talk about art. You can talk about art. But then I would go through like the secret meanings your favorite artists have been hiding for. Oh man, I might steal that. I might steal that. Right? Should I just make the most like out of pocket clickbaity thing ever of like, you don't know what art really means until you've gone to Binka's community college cub daycare and all day parking, not foot massage. So yeah, that's what's been on my mind lately. Need a Mr. Beast soy jack too. Oh my gosh. Or like a me pointing behind. Yeah, like George pointing in the background. Where it's like, oh. But yeah, I'm also just trying to think. Oh, that's what I originally wanted to do for this stream. We could do that right now, actually. I wanted to look at the public domain archive. I wanted to look at some images that we could probably use for this short. It would be something where, okay, let me walk you through like what I want for the script. The script would be something like, looking at art is easy, or you can look at art without knowing anything about art by asking yourself these 3 questions. And I'm still deciding between, because I use 2 different techniques to look at art. One of them is called See, Think, Wonder, where I ask, what do you see, what do you think, and what do you wonder? And then another one I use is called Visual Thinking Strategies, where I ask, what do you see in this painting or in this artwork? And no. What's going on here? And what do you see that makes you say that? Because I like both of these. No foot massage, but my feet hurt. But you guys are babinkubs. You guys don't have feet. Other than that one time Peck School broke both his legs. But You know what? I like the way that you drew it, beeplebees, where you drew like Pexco like all bandaged up, because I feel like it implies that the Bebinkups do have feet, like, and arms, but you guys just like refuse to use them. They're tucked in the leaves. They're tucked in the banana leaves, right? I'm off to Cub nap time corner. Good night. Yeah, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, is that gonna be part of the new lore that like Bebinkups do in fact have feet and like hands, but you just refuse to use them? It's just like, why use limbs when I could just slide around on my banana leaf? So, but no foot massages. No, I don't like feet. So, but yeah, I was thinking of like the YouTube short would be like, oh, let's look at a piece of art right now, but I would want it to be something that like illustrates how easy it is to look at art. Technically, you could just look at anything, right? But I don't know. I feel like there are some images that might work better than others. So let's let's go back to the main page. This is an alamat. I want to listen to alamat. There we go. Aswang. Alright, we can do infinite view. Let's look for some images that we can use. Like, which of these images might be cool to have in, like, an introductory YouTube short, right? Oh, it changed immediately. Whoa. The thing is, I also don't want it to just be, like, we can use European artworks, but I feel like European artworks are so centered in, like, art history that, like, we need some non-European artworks. So, like, if possible, a non-European one. Ooh. Maybe something from India. Ooh, what's this? Swung. From an actual design perspective, if Bebinkups had feet, I'd like to imagine that they're 4 little nub paws that are sticking out from holes at the bottom of their leaves. I love that. I love that. Yeah, I wouldn't want them to be like hyper realistic like feet. Like if we're going from like a Digimon-esque design, it'd be kind of like Jijimon, right? Where it literally is just like little nubs, right? And I don't know, there's something kind of funny about the idea of like, you guys have limbs, but you just don't want to use them. Or maybe you are using them, right? Maybe you are using them. Like you said, like maybe there's like holes at the bottom, and that's how you guys are sliding around, right? I don't know, kind of an interesting idea. Ooh, this looks Polynesian. Yeah, Polynesian, New Zealand, Maori. The swirls and spirals covering the face of this canoe prow replicate traditional face tattoo. Oh, very nice. I swung. However, hyper-realistic human legs and arms coming out of the bottom of the leaves is funny. Wait, let me see how you drew the pec skull one again. Because I remember, like, dying when I saw it. Wait, that's adorable. I don't know, it's just so cute. It's just so cute, like, to have it, like, on top of the leaves. Amon. Oh, I think this is some kind of, like, demon from, Getia? Yeah, it is. It's like the Getia demons. Swung. Oh, these are kind of sick. But then I wouldn't want people's first impression of me to be like, oh, she's looking at demon art. Even though I would want to look at demon art. Amon, my beloved. How do you think we keep throwing things at you? Through sheer force of will. That's how you guys have been throwing things at me. It's just... you guys are just so heated that it's like, I just gotta. I love the Ars Getia. It's like edgy Pokemon, right? It's kind of like, aren't these creatures too in like Persona and SMT? That's like edgy Pokemon as well. Because even Beans was like, I think you should get into this because it's very U-coded. It's like monster collecting, but it's like demons from... Well, not all demons. Some of them is just like folkloric figures, right? But some of them are like demons from the Ars Getia. Maharani. Elephant. Oh, I love this guy. It's the behemoth. Summoning demons for profit. Gotta collect them all. Spawns of Satan. Maharani. Yo, why does this guy look like Putin though? Like, why? Is it just me, or does this is from 1863? Why pregante? Pasta pregante? Prego pasta? Yeah, right? You know, he's expecting. What to expect when you're expecting. Wait, isn't there like a demon in SMT that's like this, but he's like on the toilet? I feel like that's like a big thing in like P5, isn't it? I've never played it, but I watched Beans play it. Ooh, a peacock. Oh, no, a donkey? I think that's a donkey. Andramelech. All these demons are in SMT games. Ah, cool, cool. I saw one, I think the one that freaked me out the most. Not really freaked out, but the one that like the design was like interesting but also kind of freaky was I don't remember the name of the demon, but he like his design is like a manta ray but with like a person's face. I don't know, that was the one where I was like, oh. I saw an artist on Blue Sky who made a bunch of absolutely gorgeous renditions of these demons. Ooh, if you remember the name of that artist, I would love to see it. Yes, I would like the link. I don't think you would be able to send it on here on chat though. You might need to send it through the Discord. Maharani. Astaroth. Tag yourself, I'm the snake. Belphegor. Okay, okay. Belphegor's the one on the toilet, right? I guess that makes sense because I think this is Belphegor. Yeah, Belphegor. Belphegor. You know what's funny is that I only know the names of some of these demons because Umineko. In Umineko, they actually name I'll show you actually. I'll show you. They're cute girls. The demons are cute girls. Stick Sisters. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory. There we go. The 7 Sisters of Purgatory. Let's see if I remember their names off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure this one is Lucifer. Oh, some of the names are here. Leviathan, Lucifer, Mammon, Belphegor. Oh yeah, it does say it. It does say it. I think she's Lucifer. I think she's Leviathan, Mammon, Belphegor. I think this one is Satan. Asmodeus, and then this is Satan, this is Belphegor, this is Asmodeus. So they're cute sisters. You get a piece of physical mail and it's just the poorly written link, no return address. Whoa. How else to introduce cool lore than to reimagine them as cute anime girls? It's true, it's true. Or in the case of Hetalia, cute anime boys, right? Like Helltaker. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, let me look through some more pictures and then I think we'll call it. I'm getting tired. But I'm Is that just a photo? It's a photo. Oh, look at the caterpillars. Alright, we got some nature. Oh, we got some. Oh my gosh, we have some medieval cats. Look, it's just like Schnackery. Wait, I kind of love how cats are drawn in like medieval manuscripts. Like the way that he's just holding the mouse. It's almost like he's trying to introduce the mouse to like the other cat. He's like, hey, look at what I have. Look, it's my friend. I named him Stuart. Oh, man. Okay, so these are all part of the same collection. Okay, okay. Oh, no, what's happening? Oh, I think it's just scrolling. Whoa, what is this? Phenakistoscope. Phenakistoscope. Oh, this is from the 1800s? Oh, this is cool. Scent in general. Jung Yi Wang. Let's check this out. Oh, these are cool. These are sick. Barith, Orobos. These are so cool. Oh, that's so punk rock. Hunts. Belith. Sire. Aloses. Kimaris. This is so cool. Thanks for linking this. Thank you, thank you. You know what? This reminds me of, in Los Pincos, there's a whole square where there's a whole bunch of, like, museums. So there's, like, the art museum is there, as with the Peterson, which is a car museum, and the La Brea Tar Pits, which is a tar pit museum. But there's also a museum about movies. It's called the Academy Museum. I've only been there once, I think. Once or twice, I forget. But, they have a cool room where it's kind of like this, like it's like an animation but in 3D. I don't quite know how to explain it other than if any of you guys have ever watched Mob Psycho, one of the openings kind of like makes reference to it. Let me see if I can give you an example. Mob Psycho. It's like the second opening. This one, let me pause this. It's this, like, you guys see this? It like is gonna animate once it spins fast enough, like that. So that's based off of like, oh wait, I'm realizing I'm not actually showing the screen. I'm not actually showing the screen. Okay, here. So you see this? So when you turn it enough, it animates like that. So the Academy Museum has something like that. I don't know what it's called though. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's cool because it does kind of show like how things can animate, I guess, if that makes sense. But it's cool. I actually don't know if they still have it because I visited it like a couple years ago. Back when they had like a Studio Ghibli exhibit. I think that's the last time I visited. So I would like to visit sometime soon. But yeah, I think that is about it. I think I am all yapped out. So let me stop raids and then what are we doing next? Oh, the thing we're doing next is on Thursday we have a Discord hangout. I did make a role for that. I did post about it to an announcement. So if you guys are interested in hanging out on Discord on Thursday around my usual time, my usual yapping time, got the yap muscle stretch. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. So yeah, we're gonna be both researching during this Discord hangout. I'm gonna be researching the 1950s. I think I'm gonna be focusing on like different aesthetics from the 1950s. Because I already did research. I'll give you guys a little preview. I already did a little bit of preliminary research around the 1950s. So I already researched some of the art movements, pop art, and some of the continuations of movements we talked about. So like abstract expressionism. So there's a little bit of a continuation there, as well as some modern events, or not modern. Shnakri, what's up? He's just walking around. He's walking around like he owns the place. And some current events from the 1950s, but I still need to research fashion, women and men's fashion, graphic design, cars, and then other like art movements and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of that during the Discord hangout, but I also want to look at videos of the Filipino band that I've been listening to all stream, Alamat, because I just like them a lot. Your cat reacted to Schnackery. Aww. Maybe they could be friends. Unless Schnackery's being a butthole. Hopefully he's not. But you know what? On that note, let's watch a video by Alamat for our mosh pit, shall we? Oh, pet the cats. because I just want to show you guys some of their music. I want to do Dayang. Dayang. Because so many of their moves... Ah! Open up the pit. Their moves are very, like, folk dance inspired. Especially from the south. Especially from, like, the southern part of the Philippines. So, I just love it so much. I just love it. So, alright, let's go ahead and mosh. Yeah, what's my usual spiel again? So, once you hear the music, go ahead and spam your favorite emote. Schnackery. What's up? He wants to mosh too. Spam your favorite emotes. I'm gonna make your little avatars fight each other. There's no correlation between who spams the most emotes and who wins the mosh pit. It's RNG and it's not rigged. So once you hear the music, get to moshing. Crying emo while saying open up the pit is so funny. Dayang. Dayang. Schnackery. There's like a whole storyline too, but I'm looking at the dance moves, man. It's so southern Philippines. It's so cool. Almontes is streaming? Okay, I'll take a look-see. We did raid into him recently, but I will check it out. Like this, these moves, they're so like if you've ever done folk dance, they're so familiar. And Peck School, you won the mosh pit. Let's go. Open up the pit. Trying to think of which of the ooms are on. Yeah, let me check it out. Dayang. Got Eros. We got Amontes. Ooh, Susanna Amano. Solatiel, Terberry. Maybe Susanna. She just started, I think. Yeah. Or Eros. We actually haven't raided into Eros recently. Schnackery. Come here. He came to me! Schnackery actually came to me! Instead of just standing there. And Owen won the mosh pit. The cats are winning all around. We have enough time for another round. Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, did something happen to my internet? Sotenbori, round 3. Have you guys noticed that I haven't won recently? I'm telling you that it's not rigged. I keep telling you. I keep telling you it's not rigged. Anong yari? Nice. Man, I love their dance moves. I love their dance moves so much. Rigged in chat's favor? It's not rigged. Trying to cover your tracks? No, you guys want it fair and square. You guys should give yourselves more credit. You guys should give yourselves more credit is all I'm saying. Alright, let me see, because I was hoping to raid into Suzuna Amano. She's the person that I told you that debuted pretty recently. Or she's been streaming for a while, but I think she debuted with like her VTuber group, Vita Mini, recently. She's also a Filipina VTuber. I think she's half Filipino, half Japanese. And also is educational. But right now I think she's gonna be playing Elden Ring. So let me check that out, because I think she's still in like her intro screen. I don't know like how long she does her intro screen for. Because I kind of want to raid into someone that I think I won 5 or 6. 5 of them are from 2 consecutive streams, and then there was a dry spell. And it's RNG. It's RNG. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe me. It's RNG. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll just raid into Suzuna. Even if she's still on her intro stream, intro screen, should be fine. But yeah, I will see you guys Thursday on Discord, and if we don't see you Thursday, we'll see you Friday for our 1950s style study. Alright? Yeah, and yes, thank you. That is the command. That's the raid command. I remember when you tried to pin it on me by making me win thrice in a row. That wasn't, no! You got the wrong idea. You got the wrong idea. Okay, let's go ahead and start the raid. Schnackery! Alright guys, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, and evening, and as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye! Happy raid.